All right, good morning. God bless you guys. It is Turned Up Tuesday. It is Tuesday, March the 15th, 2022. 14 minutes after the hour. Welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. That's Senny, Barbi, Cologne, where you get your morning started right, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Chat room's open. Good morning, guys. Please join us today. Call in 570-982-6950, iHeartRadio, radio.com, ShawnHarveyMorningShow.com, distributed by Comedy World Net Radio. Thank you so much for you guys over there. Also, our number one affiliate, 108 Soul, New York, Soul of New York. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys over there as well. Google the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. All the links come up. It's an easy show to find. You go to YouTube as well. Go to our YouTube page, the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Like and subscribe to that page. You get notified when we go live. Go to Facebook as well. Join our our business page, the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team business page. You get notified when we go live after 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. God bless you guys. I hope you guys are okay out there. Join our group, the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team group. One of the hottest groups on Facebook. We say it each and every day. Thank you so much, guys, for participating in the group. This is where you get your morning love. But most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Senny J, God bless you. Good morning. Good to see you. You're looking well. And how are you?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great. Good morning to everyone listening. We have a great show for you today on this Turned Up Tuesday. We're going to get started with Senny Says, where I will let you know what's going on in Hollywood and entertainment news. You do not want to miss that. Good morning, Barbi.
Good morning, Senny. Good morning, Shawn.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Here in Bethlehem, where we broadcast live to you from right now, it is 32 degrees. Today's high is going to be 63. There will be a little sunshine this morning in between the clouds, but around 12 p.m., it's going to be a completely cloudy day, but it's going to be mild. 33 in Stroudsburg, 62 for the high and cloudy. In Newark, New Jersey, it is 41 degrees, going up to a high of 65 today and cloudy as well. 45 in New York City, 62 will be the high. Peaks of sunshine in the morning, and then cloudy for the rest of the evening. In Atlanta, it's 49 degrees, 65 for the high, cloudy with late afternoon showers, and it's going to rain the remainder of the day into the overnight hours. 73 in Miami, 79 for the high, cloudy and rain all day. In Chicago, 39 degrees, 45 for the high, cloudy as well. In Los Angeles, it is 54 degrees. The high there is going to be 76, and it's going to be a beautiful and sunny day. In Louisville, 54 degrees, 70 for the high, partly cloudy this morning. The clouds is going to break away to a sunny day. In Rochester, 33 degrees, 40 for the high, cloudy and rain with a quite windy as well. So hold on to them wigs, ladies. In New Iberia, 57 degrees right now, going up to a high of 76 today. Rain right now, but it's going to break way to some sun later in the day. That's the weather I have for you all. What's it looking like where you are, Barbi Cologne, coming to you live from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Senny J, where you get your morning started right.
Exactly where you get your morning started right. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right, guys. I'm super excited to let you guys know that we have the morning buzz, guys. And there's one thing that we can guarantee on this show each and every day before 8 a.m. Your head to be buzzing. Sit back, relax, enjoy the morning buzz, like and share, get your friends in and let them be involved in the morning buzz because that's what's going to happen before 8 a.m. Senny, what else you got?
We also are going to have front page news with Senny J, where I will let you know what's going on locally, nationally, and globally. So stick around for that.
And there will be some Harvey House of Sports. You guys stay tuned.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Welcome. Shout out to all our, guys that are out there behind the scene working on this show. Thank you so much. You know who you are, Young and Nut and Roman, Crystal. Thank you so much, guys, over there for keeping things up and running for us, and we truly appreciate it. We have Critical Thinking today at 7:35 with Amir Saley, so you want to stay tuned for that. So what we're going to do, matter of fact, before we take a break, hold on. I was going to take a quick break, but before that, I'm going to say this real quick. The other day, I was out and about in these Bethlehem streets, everybody, in the notorious Bethlehem, Pennsylvania streets in northeastern Pennsylvania. And I was in a store, and I was hungry. And I went out to eat, and I went to Barbi Cologne Senny J. I went to one of those Chinese buffet thingies.
Okay.
the freaking Chinese buffet where all the losers go.
Not the losers.
All right. And I
buffet.
sat in there like a complete idiot. Hold on.
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself.
You don't go to the buffet alone, bro.
Yeah. So I'm by myself at the buffet, but not buffering myself.
You sure about that?
And while I'm sitting in there, and I'm going over there, and I'm canvassing the freaking fried rice, and all this type of mushroom dumpling on them, and all the fruit that's all out there, and all the freaking spare rib tips. All this. I'm sitting there and I'm watching these people, and at 20 minutes in, I'm in disgust because I'm getting up for my second round of food.
You was hungry.
And I see these folks. Good morning, everybody. God bless you. If you go to the hibachi, if you go to the buffet hibachi style, put a number 1 in the chat room. And then I seen all the others over there ordering that stupid hibachi. That food is trash.
What? No, it's
If
the
you
one over
food
here?
is trash. I was upset. First of all, Shawn Harvey goes to different type of restaurants. I go a lot of restaurants. So I go, yeah.
Now he's a foodie, y'all.
I go to restaurants.
right. Okay, critic.
Me and my, we go out. You know what I'm saying? I wear a blazer when I go to the restaurant. But this particular day, like I said, I was better off going to Mickey D's. And I sat in there and I saw all these folks, and I wasn't being judgmental.
Yes, you was.
But I was sitting there like, what the frick am I doing in here? Now I'm up to my third round of food, but I eat small plates. I don't gawk with the food, and they got signs over the plate, all over the restaurant. Don't waste food.
Right.
And the biggest people on earth are in there. No disrespect, but I tell you one thing. I saw them ordering that hibachi, and it made me think. Well, I was down in South Jersey a few years back before the Coco, and I was in there eating that hibachi, and everybody they love this hibachi food. It's horrible. And if you're eating it,
hibachi. I like hibachi.
if you're eating it, there's something mentally wrong with your life.
Well,
And there's something was mentally wrong with me being in that buffet, Chinese style. And it was and the matter of fact, what day it was it was a weekend. What's today? Today's what?
today is Wednesday.
Today's what? I think I was in there Sunday. It was crazy.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'm in this place, and I'm like, as soon as I get in there, the lady like, you want to sit down? We want to sit down. Want to talk? Want to sit down? Want to talk? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to go? What you want? Drink? We want to drink? That chick came over to me.
Sure.
So I was like, let me get a salsa. Yeah, let me get that. And then I got up and I went straight to the food, and I had some sushi, and the food is laying all over the place. But for some reason, I was looking at those people, those hibachi people, because it's a separate line, Barbi. Clone, you've been in these places.
Yeah.
And this guy is over there with the tip jar. Nobody's tipping. Nobody's tipping.
Nobody tipped the
And he's
hibachi
flipping all this nasty meat and all these vegetables
The
together.
same meat you eating?
And
Why
the,
is it nasty?
and you people are just eating
Same
it.
meat he eating?
If you sitting there and you online at the buffet on the hibachi line,
Same
reevaluate your
The
life.
same buffet you was at?
And then the same one I was at, that's why I'm telling on myself. That's why I'm telling on myself. I spent $18 in there and I gave the woman a $5 tip. And why am I tipping? I got up and got all the food.
Right.
I got up and
just
got
wanna
all
do
my
that.
food. Why did I give her $5?
Because she bought you your drink.
$23 of this food that I'm not supposed to be eating anyway.
I never did them.
Boy, put a number 1 in that chat room. If you still on that line and had that guy sizzle up that food and put it in your pathetic plate and it went into your freaking stomach with all that salt in it. I am going to make an announcement right now.
Sean, you a mess.
On Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team, CJ Barbi. Come on, make an announcement right now. You won't see Harvey in those places no more.
Lies you tell.
You won't see Harvey in those places no more. Boy, they was herding us through this place. Boy, that place was packed. It was like Madison Square Garden back when Willis Reed came out the locker room at halftime. I am disgusted with myself. You won't see me in that place again, my friends. I went to the one right down here where I live. It was one over there over there by the Walmart. Over there on Linden, over there somewhere. It was in the cut. Man, that's another thing. These super buffets are always in the cut somewhere, and they got a capacity of 500 people.
I like that one. They're good.
Put a number 1 in the chat room if you went to the buffet. We'll take a quick break. And you stood on that hibachi line. Boy, have you ever stood on that hibachi line and you saw that guy and he got the freaking the stew scalpels and he's doing all this doing it, and then he's putting all your fried corn up there and you look great and you are so grateful to have that nasty food.
It's not nasty.
It's trash.
It's not
City,
trash.
when the last time you stood up there with your plate in your hand and you humbly waited for Carlos to give you your food?
Not Carlos. That is not his name.
Okay.
It's been a minute since I've been to a Chinese buffet. I'd probably say I went like maybe sometime last year, but the food is not nasty.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back. I'm never doing it again.
Bringing heat to the street and doing it strong.
Okay, we are back. Real quick. Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake up team 26 minutes after the hour 108. So Senny, if a young man took you on your first date, and and he's like, "Oh, listen, I love this hibachi. I love this Chinese." Okay, this is the first day. Everything is working out smooth. You love this guy. You even fantasize about slonging him down. And the first date is that freaking King's Buffet, man. Everybody, I was in King's Buffet. I don't know if that's the name of it, but let's just call it King's Buffet. And I walked in there, it looked like a freaking cafeteria. And then they got these big, stupid fish in the front of the place. Every hibachi place got these big, giant sharks in the front of the place. Where did they get these fish from? And they're sitting there like big, oversized guppies.
They want to let you know it's fresh.
Right.
I got to put it on display. We fresh over here.
And they come in, why not talk? See, it's for guys.
Get your life together, right?
One, two,
Get
two,
together, Harvey.
one.
Get together, Harvey.
How many you got? One, two, three, four. See, if a man came over to you, what's the day? Turned up Tuesday. You're going on a date. Since what they say in the chat room again, Barbi?
Over there it says she love hibachi.
Oh, she loves hibachi.
Yeah. And Doris Rio said go get Spanish food instead.
I would definitely agree with you, young lady.
Yes.
Now, Senny.
And rice and beans.
Yes, of course. What was wrong with me? Why would I do that when I'm from the Bronx, New York? But I wasn't thinking it. It was an impulse reaction.
I like
Senny,
hibachi.
I asked Barbi that. Senny.
Spanish food every
Guys, he's getting ready to go on your first day. He's surprising you. He's like, listen.
Oh, he's surprising
Yeah,
me?
it's a surprise.
Ooh.
And, yeah,
I'm no damn hibachi.
and then he's like, let's,
Not if I put on my good dress, but go ahead.
No,
Right.
say you put on your good dress and your heels or whatever you did. And it's a Saturday night early before y'all go to the club. Before you start drinking.
Yeah, you got to create a base.
Right, of course. And he goes, boy, I love that King's Buffet over there on the avenue.
All right.
And you know that spot. You took your kids there on a Saturday afternoon after you shop for your groceries. And they were like, we ain't got to buy you. And you sat there and you gave them all that pizza because they got pizza in there. They got fried chicken. They got every food on earth. They got right there to stop your freaking heart from beating. Senny, if he took you on that first date to King's Buffet on the avenue, first date, how you feeling about that? Since you love hibachi so much.
I'd be a little disappointed.
Why? You love hibachi. You love your King's Buffet.
Yeah, but you don't go there on a first date. That's like, 6 months to a year in.
Damn, whole 6 months.
No, but that's like lunch. That's not like a dinner going out.
Yeah.
If you gonna say surprise me. Oh, I'm surprising you, and this is where you bring me.
But I'm saying,
I'd be
why?
disappointed to say
Why?
the least. But I'm gonna eat.
But why? But why
And
you gonna?
drink.
But why you gonna be disappointed when
look
this
at
is was one of your? It's one of your. You're going to one of your go-to spots. Maybe the young man did some research. He actually, little snotty nosed son, did you how your mother he likes the hibachi? And Shorty was like, "Mommy love hibachi," and maybe he put that. And she loved going to King's Buffet on Avenue. Maybe he did his research and said, you know what, let me surprise her and take her to King's Buffet. What about that? First date. Since y'all love hibachi so much. Hello? Why you think about that barbecue?
Yeah, Sean.
I went to, I don't know the name of it. We're just going to call it King's Buffet. It was on the Avenue.
All right. At the Avenue.
I went into the cafeteria with the pizza and ice cream and salad and fried fish and all our favorite Chinese food items.
I don't like that.
And man, this guy who you have, you reminisced of the slung and maybe you might get some or whatever, and you're going on a date. He wanted to surprise you, but he loved that hibachi. And I'm talking about the buffet. I'm not talking about no high-end 5-scale
That's what
buffet.
he better be taking
No,
me.
no, he's taking you to
Well,
the. Hear me out. You just said too. You like the hibachi too.
I do.
So Barbie, if he sat there and took you, since Vanetta George and all the others love it so much, if he took you on your first date, at the King's Buffet on Avenue,
Right. Okay.
we got one or two. We want to join. You want to call past that? You want to fry? You got nice trousers on. Barbie, you okay with that?
Not really. First dates should be intimate. That's not intimate. That's not something I would. I mean, I'm gonna eat like Cindy said because we there, but I'm gonna let him know. Like, I don't want to seem ungrateful or anything, but first date should be a little intimate, just so he can know.
But you love hibachi.
That's because I love hibachi. That don't mean I want to love it on my first date.
But what about the person doing some research? Hear me out.
Okay.
What about they doing some research? Y'all talk about us,
He didn't
man.
research enough. Because he would have known not to take you to hibachi on the first date, Sean.
You women always talk about men are not attentive, and we don't do the research, and we don't think, and we don't see the forecast, and we put in that extra work. They found out that your son told him that you love the hibachi down there on the Avenue, the King's Buffet. He took you there because he went the extra mile, literally, to find out what you like. Took you there on the first date, and you like the hibachi, so you got a problem with that on the first date.
Well, first of all, he wouldn't ask Elijah because Elijah know not to tell nobody about his mama when she like no hibachi on no first date because my son know his mother.
But
very
what if he
well.
took you on hibachi for the first
I'm
date?
just saying, we gonna go and we gonna make the best of the situation. That's what we gonna do because I'm the type of person that we here, I'm gonna make the best of it. But I'm gonna let you know.
Might be your first and your last date.
It's a possibility, depending on how that goes.
Now let's get back to you, Senny. Let's get back to you. Senny, let's get back to you. So with the
I said what I said.
So are you okay with that first date at the buffet and also eating that and going to that hibachi in that hibachi food? You okay with that first date? With your dress on before you go to the club?
Yeah. Well, hibachi restaurant is different than a Chinese buffet.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes they have the hibachi in the back, but if we're in if we went to like Dasaki
or Benihana's or something,
then now you're talking.
That's different.
Now I will like some hibachi
because now we got drinks.
Now we got, and also Prentice Cox, Mr. Robinson said in the chat room, "Oh, I'm taking you to a fancy restaurant, paying all this money, and I don't even know if I like you." It's not about spending all this money or going to a fancy restaurant. You can go to a small mom and pop place if it has ambiance, if it has, food. Take me to some place that you like to go, that you place, and it has a little story to it. Like that's what we're saying. Be creative.
It doesn't have to be expensive.
You don't always have to do the same thing.
So wait a minute.
That's typical.
So the person researched, found out that you love the King's Buffet and the hibachi. They went the extra mile. They found out. They found out the things that you like. They said you like this, so they went instead of them going. Okay, I'm gonna let her know that I did some research. I found out that she loves the King's
Then
Buffet.
he's not taking me to a Chinese buffet. He's taking me to a hibachi restaurant. Okay, not a buffet. It's different.
And a buffet.
It's levels. Sure.
I
And
understand
You're
that,
taking me
but
to a buffet
you guys
where
just
it's going to be
said-
$11.95 for us to eat.
Right.
Yeah, no, you guys.
And
And usually those buffets, those like regular lunch
man.
spots, the
Say,
seats,
we asked.
the booths are all like crummy. Like there's no atmosphere. You're sitting next to a family. Like there's no.
It's loud.
You think that's my thing is you not the food, but you think this atmosphere is appropriate for a
Right.
first date.
That's all
Not
we
even
say.
the food, not even how much you spent. The
The
atmosphere.
atmosphere.
Because you can spend a lot and take me to a restaurant that looks horrible.
And I'm like, what?
I
What?
asked you guys.
And we said
answered.
we
I
gonna
asked
go,
you
but it might be the
guys-
last time you see me.
I asked you guys in the beginning of this. I shared how I felt about going to the buffet, and I shared about the hibachi, and I'll never go back there again. I shared that. Then I asked you guys, do you guys like going there? He said, yeah, I love going there.
I like
so
going to
right
hibachi.
now I said a guy was taking you on a date. He researched that you guys loved the hibachi, whatever the Chinese restaurant, and he took you there on the first date because he researched it. And I understand what you guys are saying. Levels, I get it, but he took you there because he did some research on what you guys love. You love to go to the King's Buffet. He took you there, and now it all backfires. Hold on a second. Hold on. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Critical thinking.
Smacking you in the face with the classics. It's DJ Young and Nut.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. That's Senny, Barbi, Cologne, where you get your morning started right. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. 37 minutes after the hour. Barbi, what's the weather looking like?
Here in Bethlehem, where we broadcast live to you from right now, it is 32 degrees. The high today is going to be 63 and cloudy. In New York City, it's 45. 62 for the high and cloudy as well. That's the weather I have for you. What's it looking like where you are? Barbi Cologne coming to you live from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Senny J, where you get your morning started right.
Get your morning started right. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Everybody, let's clap. We got the critical thinking with Amir Sealy. Amir, God bless you, brother.
Good morning. How you guys doing today?
Good morning.
Good.
It's good to hear from you. Well, today's critical thinking, believe it or not, is what you call it, by one of your very own, Miss Senny J.
You said to go
Inboxed
with
me,
that.
and she had a wonderful topic for me to talk about in terms of how we perceive ourselves or what we call ourselves in terms of this wonderful country called the United States of America. As we all know, there were different terminologies that we've used over the years: African American, Black American. She put me on to this latest one, ADOS, which stands for American Descendants of Slavery. And then there is the one that we probably all should really call ourselves, which is the Moors. But I will speak about each and every one. The fun thing is, you know, as you all know, when you are filling out applications for various things in this, country in particular, we seem to be one of very few groups of people who have to identify ourselves. They've recently started to separate things even more so: Jewish American, Indian American, so forth and so on. But for a very long time, it was just black or white, just like the Michael Jackson song. We didn't really like the black or white, so then we obviously decided that we needed some better clarification as far as how we saw ourselves, especially here in the grander scheme of what America means to us and what we mean to America. I'm just going to take the Black and African American first, which are the two terminologies which we first put upon ourselves as a way to identify ourselves, in a way that was separate from what they were identifying us as. As we all know, as time has gone on, especially here in this, particular country, between using the word nigger and, some other nefarious words that have all had derogatory connotations to us and for us, we decided that we needed some things that would give us a sense of pride, as well as put us in a headspace and in an energy that we needed to be in order to move forward. My first inclination is remembering, Black American. Say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud, for some of us who may be old enough to remember James Brown and that great song. And then, like I said, African American, which paid homage to our African roots, but also, quote unquote, giving some light to where we are currently in this country. As I said, Senny also introduced me to the word American Descendants of Slavery, which is the acronym is ADOS. And I did some further research and found that the differences between maybe the African American and Black American terminology and ADOS is actually an organization that basically wants reparations, which, in all fairness, we really do deserve, especially having built up this country the way that we have, and then having been labeled lazy and all these other interesting things that obviously are not true. You can't build a country and be lazy. Those two just don't go together. But unfortunately, the way that the world is set up and the way that they've decided to play on words, because that's what it really is a play on words, it's left us, in some cases, trying to figure out where do we fit in this, in these labels. Personally speaking, I don't know if I identify with any of them. As I said, these were all situations that we created in order to, like I said, have a sense of self. I shared this with you guys, I think, a while back. Having grown up under the guise of the Muslim faith, for the most part, having had parents who were in the Muslim faith, I had, as a child, a lot of opportunity to watch shows. If any of you guys remember shows like Positively Black, Tony Brown's Journal, Like It Is, and things of that magnitude. In my experience in growing up watching those shows, what it did for me was allowed me to see myself and to understand that we were more than just what was being portrayed possibly in the news and in the media. And because of that, then I had a different sense of self for me personally. And again, this was based off my development and based off of what my parents were able to show me at the time. Upon further research in this particular area, I've come to find that, as I've stated, also the word Moors, which is spelled Moors, is really the terminology that we should be using for ourselves, because that is the real terminology of who and what we are. If you do, your further research in this, why critical thinking becomes such an interesting thing, you'd find that the Moors are responsible for teaching European civilization how to bathe, how to use soap, a lot of their maths and sciences, and things of that magnitude. And for a very long time, they ruled a lot of Europe, Spain, and various places around the world. That group of people in particular were the model for how a lot of civilizations were then built. So I guess if you really do your research, or if you really have the time, you kind of gotta look at each and every one of those terminologies, and for you figure out how it suits whatever your ideology of yourself and what you want to share with the world, or how you want to share yourself with the world.
Hold on a second.
But I do
hold on.
thank Senny J for bringing that I did to me, because then it gave me an opportunity, obviously, as I always say, to use critical thinking and to look at those terminologies and how I feel about them.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, and Senny collaborating with Amir Silly on this critical thinking episode. I'm assuming that this is two things I'm getting out of this so far in the beginning of this conversation is research and identity. And
Yes.
and what glorious times we live in today as far as the information superhighway. Remember they used to call it that before the internet, and it was this information superhighway. And before I go on, you're right. You tickled me when you said pause, and put a pause on that. When you said Positively Black, there was a TV show that came on every Sunday. It was called Positively Black, and we all sat there and watched it. Most of us did. I mean, I think y'all might have been too young for
What was
for
it
that.
about?
It was a show about. It was a half-an-hour show on a local station, WABC, and they talked about black issues. They had a black host. It was old school guys that would get up there, and politicians and all type of folks in the black culture would talk about everything, anything and everything that had to do with African American issues at the time in the 70s. Put a number one chapter. You gotta be old. You got to be 1,000 years old to remember Positively Black. But when you said that, and we had these shows.
Back, Shawn?
Right.
Yeah, because my father used to make me watch it. So I was like, what is this? Like, I'm 9 years old. Why am I watching it? So, but as you say, and you talk about how on applications, the identity process, which was absolutely disrespectful back in the day, to fast forwarding to today. And because like the gay movement, there's a lot of new identities with gay folks, and I'm for all of that. And I've shared that. I'm ultra liberal with the gayness, okay? Now, if black folks want to change their identity and change who we really are, going all the way back to the essence, to the motherland, I got no problems with that. But are we doing this from a place of resentment, or are we doing this from a place of loving, caring, and sharing, moving forward to identify? Of course, that resentment of being black in America, I don't think that's ever going to go away. But can we work through that, which I don't know if that's possible either, but to identify who we are and start a movement with black folks, I have no problem with it. But where is it coming from? Of course, it's come from a deep-rooted resentment for what we've been through as a culture for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Now, moving forward to today, do we change our identity? Because we're changing it because of the pain of the past. But do we change our identity moving forward in a loving way, or are we doing this in a resentful way? Because you got black folks who are just mad. They're mad. And I respect the resentment. But there are some black folks out here that, regardless of what happened, this country's never going to get it right. Then we say, okay, let's get out of here and go to another country. But we can't get to that other country. Back in the day, what did Marcus Garvey say? Yo, I tell you what we're going to do, everybody. We're going to get our asses out of here and go to Liberia. Only 2% of us went. So my question to you is this in critical thinking. Everybody, Amir, Celia's on the phone. And changing identity, which you talk, because that's what I'm getting out of this, identity and research. Because now, I like that term, Barbi, super information highway. You can fast track on the super. So now there is no excuse, because they backlogged the information for us for a couple of generations because they didn't want us to know the history. And that's facts. We learned about George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, all the other Babylonian gods. I get it. But do we take the information now, because there is no excuse? Do we take the information that we have, our history, and if we want to identify ourselves as something different, Amir, are we taking this in a positive way, or is this coming from a negative source?
Well, I think, in initially, I think it comes from a negative source, because I think one of our greatest issues, not as a as a collective, not as individuals, is our resentment for ourselves. But in saying that, I think once you use critical thinking, or once you use your time to actually educate yourself, like I said, about these terminologies, about really who you are and what your foundation is, whether you take it all the way back to your true African roots, or you take it back to just, your lineage here in the United States, because a good portion of us may still have elders in our family. I mean, something that you said earlier, I'll just address quickly. The anger and some of what we may still be experiencing from trying to, understand our identity is real. I'm 53 years old. The young lady who supposedly just integrated schools, that was only 54 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not like it was that long ago. So a lot of what we're still upset and or, is bubbling under the surface has to do with stuff that didn't happen as long ago as we'd like to believe in our minds.
Right.
So when you speak to some of the elders in your family and you realize that, as far as racism goes and as far as some of the uglier sides of this country, they've experienced up close and personal. I'm not talking about they heard it. I'm not talking about they watched it on TV. I'm talking about they actually were part of sit-ins. They actually were part of some of the demonstrations and had dogs sicked on them and had hoses turned on them and things of that magnitude. I'd be resentful too. I'd be a little upset about all of that too if that really was my honest to God experience, and especially knowing that my grandmother or my great uncle or whoever helped again build this country.
Yeah, of course.
And then you turn on the same people who helped build this place, and again you ostracize them, you paint them in a light that obviously is not favorable, and then get them to do the same to each other. This is why I say the critical thinking is so important, is because once again, like I said, you start doing your due diligence and you start really looking into not only your lineage, but looking into who we are really as a people and what we've honestly managed to accomplish. And you start to understand that our hate for ourselves is only because we don't really understand ourselves. We haven't done enough research to go, wait a minute, I'm looking at this all from wrong perspective. Because everything is perspective.
Hold on a second. So, Senny, I'm gonna Senny, all right. So, everybody, critical thinking. Amir, Silly, 108 Soul, New York. Identity and research and resentment. That's what this is really. That's what it's boiling down to. Senny, God bless. Thank God for Jesus. Identity for a new identity for the black race. Where is that? Is that coming from a resentful place, or is that coming from a bridge of let's start off fresh and kind of get to know each other as a culture, or is that coming from the resentful place? That's the first question, and the second question is the research. Where's the black identity movement coming from? Well,
the reason why I thought about this is because Smokey Robinson, he just recently did an interview on The View, because he had written a poem called A Black American in 2004, and somebody had recently redid the poem for Black History Month in an animated way. So he was talking about it on The View, and what he said was, I think that when you use the term African American, you're disclaiming all the contributions that Black people have made to America. I consider myself to be a Black American, and I enjoy being called Black. And Black has been so negativized. I don't know if that's a word, Smokey.
Right.
But he said Black has been so negativized as a color down throughout history by those who wanted to negativize it. And so it spilled over into the Black community and to the Black people. And even Black people back in the day calling each other Black was a sign for a fight. Like just being Black was so negative. And I think, so that made me think, because I've always, I think that people use Black and African American interchangeably. And, it kind of made me think of why we do that, because yes, in a sense, you know, all man comes from Africa, right? That's where they say they found the, you know, the oldest bones. But I think a lot of people have a problem with that because we can't trace ourselves back to a specific country in Africa or a village or a place. And a lot of slaves came from different parts of the world and were also broken down in the South Americas and in the Caribbean, or even here in the States with, you know, Native Americans and things like that. If not Black people already being here before, you know, the slaves being brought over, and with the Native Americans, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you go deep into it like that. And I think that we're the only race that, you know, we're born here. We want to be proud to be American, but because the history is so horrific for us here, it's hard to have pride. However, we should have pride because, you know, we built the White House. We built all the things that are here today so that this society could be. So we should be able to have that. But it's like, what do you want to call yourself?
Okay, so here we go. Amir, African American, Black American. I mean, I saw the movie Roots. They all came from Africa, and then we all came over here, and then that was it. That's why I feel. But my question
like
to you is this:
Jamaicans don't call themselves Jamaican African American, or you know, people from Africa. They're Nigerian. They're not.
Understand that.
So why are we the only ones?
So, Senny, what do you identify yourself with in this country? And then I'll ask you, Amir, what is your identification? What are you?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah, what are you?
I go by African American.
Okay, hold on, stop. Now, I mean, what are you? What do you identify yourself? She said African American. What do you identify yourself as?
I identify myself as African American as well.
Okay, Barbi Cologne, what do you identify yourself as?
African American.
Okay, I identify myself as well as African American.
Somebody call me Black, I don't get upset.
And it's whoa, and you know what? But like I said, Amir, this is the time that in the chat room. What do you identify yourself as? Us four here talking said African American. What do you identify yourself as? Amir,
yes.
In critical thinking. And going back to identifying, we do live in a time now where if us African Americans wanted to start a movement and say, hey, listen, we want to call ourselves something else or hybrid from African American, we can do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with the research and finding out information. You went back to the Moors and who taught the Babylonians. And I understand that. Wow. But once again, Senny, and Amir cleared it up, and I just want to ask you, yes, Black folks, we have a deep resentment from our grandfathers and great-grands and all that. We get that. Is there any way in the African-American community can Black folks get past the resentment with our culture and move forward in this country?
I think it's possible.
Okay, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I think it's possible. I think, like I said, in all fairness, though, you have to do your research and understand that, again, you don't come from a situation that has any kind of negative connotation. You really don't. Really? You're talking about a group of people who were taken from their land and enslaved, by the way, because we use the word slavery, and the real terminology is we didn't have slavery, we were enslaved. Nobody came over here willingly, trust me. Nobody jumped on that boat and was like, hey, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. Mm-hmm. People were, like forced and the various things. But in that, what makes us so, what gives you should give us a sense of pride is, excuse me, look at our ingenuity, because you took us from a land that we understood, where we were farmers, where we were scientists, where we were, all these various things. You brought us to a totally different land where we weren't familiar with. And through our ability to adapt, because that's one of the things that makes us such great people, is we adapted, and then we learned how to then take whatever information we had from the homeland and utilize it here. And that's why I said, for a good portion of us, if we really understood that, if we really processed that, and you might not always be so hard on, we might not always be so hard on ourselves and so hard on one another. Right. Because now we're starting to understand that, wait a minute, we pretty, some pretty ingenuous people. We always have a way of figuring something out. I always, say, even in our enslaved days, think about it. Every bad thing that they gave us, quote unquote, we turned into delicacies. Mm-hmm. Things like hog moss and all that, fun stuff that people eat. But all of that stuff was supposedly the bad stuff that they left, for the slaves. And then the slaves turned them into delicacies, that we sometimes still indulge in till this day. Mm. So that's what I mean about how ingenious we really are. So that's why I get so frustrated with us, because I realize we really don't understand how great and how powerful we are.
Listen to me. Let me ask you this question. Say it loud and black.
Say it loud.
Say it loud and black and brown. Now let me ask you this question. Since you talk about identity and this, the super information highway and research, the question goes both to you and Senny. Then let's clap for me. Jesus. Boy, this critical thinking got my head about to blow up. Between that hibachi the other day and this conversation right here, I'm ready to slam my head against the wall.
Let me ask you
this question. Because now we have this information, a wealth of information via the internet, and we can all, do our research, because you keep using the word research. Let me ask you this question, and it goes to Senny. Because you guys, one thing you and Senny have in common, you guys love to think. There's a lot of thinking. That's why his forehead's about to explode. Is there say if I'm gonna do a scenario, okay, and it's like a hypothetical. So say if we as black folks make an agreement to identify ourselves as something different, right, other than what we are today, do you think that there's a streamline of information that black folks can take, just one stream of information, without going off to the left and now all this information getting misconstrued? Can we follow one path? Amir, can we follow one? Because remember, for example, like when COVID came out, everybody had their opinions about it, yay, nay, and everything just went left. Do you think that black folks, and Senny, I'm gonna ask you first, and then we'll close out with Amir. You think black folks, if the head of the black committee, African American committee, came down and said, listen, this is the guidelines we're gonna follow, this is the new identity, and we did our research, this is what it is, and now this is what we're going to be called. Do you think that black folks you think that we can follow that lead? Senny, I'm gonna ask you first.
I mean, well, yeah, because we've done it before, right, with Black and African American. So I think that if there was another term that came about that people could identify with, I think that we would grasp onto that. But I mean, we're a little bit divided right now, though, as well. So, I don't know.
All right, Amir, we're going to leave you the last word. Black folks are still struggling with Hanukkah.
Because there's no straight one that we come from. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people get their identities because of where they're from.
No, I get it. But
and every black person can't say they're from.
I understand that, but what if there was a streamline of just one guideline of information, knowing that black folks have come from all over, that one streamline of information that we can all incorporate into our new identity. Now,
what, like
black folks still got to struggle with Kwanzaa. Now, listen, we go.
That's why I don't think we'll be able to do it.
We're gonna leave you with the last word, Amir.
Okay.
Thank you, Senny, and thank you, Barbi. We're gonna leave you with the last word, and my question is, can black folks, if there was a streamline of information, can we follow that to the promised land with new identity via research?
I personally don't think so, because I think as a collective, we are always, that's what I said, that's what makes us such an amazing group, is we're always thinking, we're always coming up with new ideologies that may not, be a part of the normal part of how people think and see the world. So with that having been said, I don't possibly think so because of that alone. The last thing I'd like to say, as always, is, first and foremost, thank you guys for, having me on the show. Thank you, Shawn. Thank you, Barbi. Thank you, Senny, especially, like I said, with this topic in particular, for suggesting it. And look, y'all, this is what makes this segment so cool. Is it gives us all an opportunity to kind of just look at things from other perspectives that we may not have had prior to having these conversations.
Thank you so much, brother. Where can they find you, bro? Let's clap for him, man. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Black folks, get ready.
You guys can find me on Instagram. I'm at ARockSealy, ARockSealy on Instagram, and I'm Amir Sealy on Facebook and Amir Sealy on Twitter. Amir Sealy, AMIR, Sealy, SEALY.
Amir, do you think
Amir,
do you think that we should have a rules committee and an ad hoc committee when black folks start to? Do we throw black folks? See, this is a whole thing. But if we had these guidelines,
I want to be on that committee.
If we had these,
okay.
Right, Amir, would you? And Amir, my fault. And would you like to sit on this committee, my friend? Because it could only be one or two. It could be only one or two. It could be over you or Senny. And that's another thing with the commiity.
You can't have one person of the committee show up.
We would have to have about 7 members. We could go all the way to the radical black folks. All the way
Dr.
down.
Umar.
Yeah, we could go. Amir, we could go on this committee. We could go radical black. And we could go all the way down. No disrespect, not down, but down right to the
regular
end.
Black?
To
2
regular,
sugars?
Yeah,
Right.
regular black, 2 sugars, like I always say. Would you be willing to sit on a committee like that to give us the guidelines for a new identity as black folks? Because, before you answer that question, I honestly believe that we couldn't even get a committee together to do this.
We'll be too divided.
Go ahead, Amir. I'm sorry. One last thought. I didn't mean to interrupt your outro, but give me your thought on that and then say it again, brother.
Yeah.
Again.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I think that you're right. That would be a hard thing for us to do because, look, like I said, us as a collective, and I want you to think about this. We are, one of very few groups who, fortunately or unfortunately, have been so. Our identities have been so broken up and so misconstrued and, all these different things. We call ourselves everything from Greeks, to my wonderful, brothers and sisters who are part of, the Greek fraternities and so forth and so on, which, again, we know that all of the information that the Greeks they got from Africa. So this is what I'm saying. We got so many ways that we've been screwed up. Then within our diaspora, whether you're looking at men and women, we judge each other by size. We judge each other by color. I mean, it's just so many different things that we have to, work through. Again, traumatized group of people. We're probably the most traumatized of any group of people on the planet. I don't care what anybody says, and this is no knock to any other group, because I don't want people to think that I'm saying that other groups of people aren't traumatized. What I'm saying is we're traumatized in a way that is so much different than anybody else. And, I hear people saying it much more so now. Our PTSD or whatever the terminology is so much different from everybody else because our traumas stem from so many different moments in our lives: childhood, friendships, family. The list goes on and on and on. And because of all these various things, we can't ever really get streamlined because we're always dealing with some trauma
every day.
Right. Hey, listen, I say this. If I was on the committee, I'll get rid of those Greek fraternities that black folks are always in all the time.
Why?
Because Greeks and black Greeks don't like Greeks. It's like Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. They don't like each other. So why are black folks putting up all these
because
symbols?
it's American.
Right, but I'm just saying.
American.
So there's a lot.
It's their culture now.
Okay,
it's part of their
Amir,
culture
one more
now.
time. One more time. Where can they find you? We're gonna take a break.
Yes. Okay. Again, on Instagram, I'm ARockSealy on Instagram. And on Facebook, I'm Amir Sealy, AMIRSEALY, and on Twitter as well.
All right, let's applaud him. Thank you so much, Amir Sealy. Critical Thinking every Tuesday on Turned Up Tuesday, 7:35 on 108 Soul. We'll be right back. Thanks, Amir. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, guys.
Some people say we got a lot of malice. Some say it's a lot of love.
Hold on. We are back. It is 10 minutes after the hour. Welcome back. Shawn Harvey on the show. Wake Up Team. That's Senny J. Barbi Cologne. Only place on earth where you get your morning started. Right, 11 minutes after the hour. We're going to shout out the room. We're going to show them some love in a minute. Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Senny Barbi.
What's going on, Pimpin'?
Right. The most hated, my friend, Leonard Roy. Leonard, you got 3 minutes. Go ahead, because we want to shout out the room.
That's a long time.
Okay. 3 minutes, real quick.
3 minutes. You got. I'm not gonna say a word.
ADOS is played out. FBA is what's happening now. Foundational Black Americans.
Okay.
That's what's popping. ADOS is played out.
I just heard about it, so I didn't know it came and went so fast.
You got
Well, let him finish, because
the Emmett Till lynching bill. You know that passed Congress last week. Is sitting on Joe Biden's desk. Why haven't he signed into law yet? Huh?
Yeah, no,
But I don't hear nobody black
'cause this
talking
is
about that
America.
on social media. You dig? I don't hear nobody talking about that.
Yeah. Well, he's busy saving the Slavics, and this is something where black folks should be talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Continue on.
It's like look that one up. The Emmett Till anti-lynching bill.
And this is the
It
point.
needs
And this
one
is the
signature, and it becomes federal law.
Well, let's see what Joe does before his term is out.
Yeah, I
now,
reported on it
now
last week
again,
that it was-
Cindy, here we go. Like, this is all the information that we need as black folks, as a collective, to have and make our decisions for our new identity. Go ahead, Leonard.
So, like I said, you got the FBAs. It's the Foundational Black Americans.
Foundational
Those
Black
are the
America.
What
Okay.
are they-
Foundational FBAs.
Who else is out there?
The FBAs. We don't say we ADOS. We FBAs.
Okay. So we need to get those. We need to get
go
these.
all the way back. Our family goes all the way back to civil or pre-civil war. We FBAs.
All right.
That's what's cracking now. I don't know none of the ADOS. Okay, do-da.
Okay. Do you think that black folks collectively could just get like one identity or some hybrids of identity and just live on one straight culture? You think we can even do that?
No, that's not gonna happen.
All right, there you go.
Don't you got Boricua and New Yorkers?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the point. I'm saying there could be some hybrids to it. It could be some layers to it. There could be some layers. But can we collectively be just the black blokes? Like how Jewish folks are Jewish folks.
Yeah,
but Cindy made a point as well.
those
Like,
are the ones
it's
that
so our culture is
But
so
they
integrated.
don't call themselves Puerto Ricans
Yeah,
Americans.
Yeah, well,
They
maybe
stay true. People that immigrate here, they keep it to where they come from, even if their kids are born here.
Yeah.
Their kids be born here, and they'll be like,
Well-
"No, I'm Puerto Rican," and so they all have a place that they can say that they're from.
Well, you know what?
We don't have a place.
Marcus, one emoji Johnson, if Cindy yelled out to me in the chat room. I'm not in the chat room. He said he's all American, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with identifying as all American. Go ahead, Leonard. You got 2 more minutes.
Yeah, because you got Barack Obama is not FBA. Kamala Harris is not FBA. Yeah, they were born here. Well, one of them. They're not FBA.
So is FBA only if you can trace your family lineage back to an enslaved person that was here?
True that.
Okay.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, I think I could do that.
So that's the FBA.
You for sure, Shawn. You got that Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And we mixed it up with some Babylonian blood too.
Yeah.
I can trace all that back. All right. Go ahead, Leonard. You got 1 more minute.
Same as this Creole boy, Shaluette right here. You did? But let me get my last thought is this.
Go ahead,
and
go
this
ahead.
is it, and I'm done.
Thank you.
And when you was talking about hibachi grills and first dates and all that,
Yeah.
I have a lack of understanding how somebody, if they got a low FICO score, how can they expect a high FICO score first date?
Well, nobody knows anybody's
boy.
FICO score
Right,
on a
before you
first
go on the first
date.
date. Who talking about FICO scores before you go on a first date? Be realistic. Come on.
Well,
Yeah,
Leonard,
well, a lot of
Just
people don't talk
trolling.
about FICO scores because they got a low one.
Well, I'm glad mine high.
well, again,
Really?
again.
If I was in a group page I would ask you to post your FICO score,
Listen.
And I wouldn't because it's
and
none of your
I'll
business,
post
none
mine,
nobody
and I
else's.
guarantee your FICO score ain't higher than mine.
Okay.
Well,
I guarantee it.
who's
See,
comparing?
and hold on. Here and
I
here.
That's not
guarantee
important
that.
on the first date.
Now, hear me out. See, you think black folks should get together and identify with each
No,
other?
not as
This
long.
is never gonna happen.
Not when you got people
and
who
Barbie
talking
just
idiotic
proved
like
it.
that.
We're never
Because
gonna
me
get
going
together.
to a hibachi restaurant ain't got nothing to do with my damn FICO score.
Amir
The
Sealy,
hell?
Amir Sealy just Amir. Hold on, guys. Amir Sealy just gave us his soul to maybe, with the help of Senny, try to get to some place where we can be identifiable with a little dab of research.
I thought I was gonna
here
have a
go black people worried about what score is what, who drives what clothing black folks wear, or who got the best Instagram selfie. Shame on us.
Right, so you're goodbye.
Shame on us. God bless you.
Bye.
That's the most hated, and that's why he's the most hated.
Because he say foolish mess like
Yeah,
that.
he
That don't
can't-
have nothing to do
Yeah, he came at
with
the-
going to hibachi on the first day.
Yeah,
First of all,
well,
my credit score,
Barbie-
my FICO score don't have nothing to do
See,
what the
Barbie-
hell I want to eat today.
Don't talk about Barbie coin.
Barbie.
The hell? Because
I mean,
he get
Barbie-
on my nerves
I know, he
saying
can't-
stupid stuff.
Yeah,
like
I understand that,
on
but
the other hand.
Barbie, don't let the guy get you bent out of shape. He came after you. You said whatever you had to say. He doesn't like you.
And I don't like his ass either.
Right. So you know
And
he's gonna get.
everybody know
And
it.
Senny, it goes back. See, look. It's going to take us 30 years to get an ad hoc committee to clean up the cesspool of resentment between black folks within.
The hell?
Lord.
He set us back 3 minutes. Let's work on getting these 3 minutes
We
back.
can't.
We are back. Turned Up Tuesday. I think we turned up already. It's Tuesday, March the 15th, 2022. 18 minutes after y'all. Welcome back, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake Up Team, Senny J. Barbi Cologne, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. What the weather looks like in New York, Barbi, Filma?
In New York City right now, it is still 45 degrees. The high today is going to be 63. It is little partly cloudy right now. It's going to get a little more cloudier as the day goes on. That's the weather I have for you all. What's it look like where you are? Barbi Cologne coming to you live from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Senny J. Where you get your morning started.
Get your morning started right. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Hey, guys, put a number 1 in the chat room if you're enjoying the show. Put a number 2 if you're not. We're going to put some work in. And shout out to Leonard Roy, the most hated in the chat room. I truly appreciate you, brother. So please put your hearts in the chat room. And we want to shout you guys out as a very important part. What do they say in the chat room, Barbi?
Oh, no.
Are they getting on Leonard?
Oh, no. Did you see the one from Naroma?
Yeah, that's
What?
what I was glad.
She said, credit won't matter when we meet our creator. How about a spiritual score with our creator?
All right now.
Okay, Naroma?
Talk about it.
Naroma, call in, boy, because you've been getting real spiritual lately. What's going on with you?
That's right,
I
girl.
want to know.
Call it. It's her birthday today, too.
It is?
Yeah, I
Yes,
was going to say that when I got to her name.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Yeah, boy. Hey, at least Naroma and myself, we're ready. We're ready. You guys
been
are not
ready.
You guys are not ready. Because when Armageddon comes, put your hearts in the chat room, guys.
We're about to shout
When
y'all
Armageddon
out.
comes, boy, y'all gonna be yelling and screaming and crying like little bitches.
I'm going to be running.
Me, I told you
I'm
what.
ready for it.
I
I've been to
told
church
you.
all my life. I know what's going to happen.
told
I'm
you
like, all right, Lord,
what's.
what it is.
I told you what's gonna happen, and I shared it. And you guys are not built for it.
Okay, you say so.
Welcome to Harvey's house. Come on my side, and you won't die a fiery death.
You going to tell Barbie she ain't ready for the Lord?
I'm ready.
No, she's not ready. Barbie's scared to death, trust me.
No, I'm not.
Soon as mortar fire hit across the street, Barbie running out that door. She gonna crash right into that door and get a speed knot on her forehead. She knows she not. She gonna run right out there. Her wig, all that gonna come off. Trust me. Barbie gonna make her last post crying and all that. I'm gonna be like this. Give it to me, baby. I'm gonna play my music. I'm gonna get butt ass naked, and I'm gonna say, let's get out of here.
Nah, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. We're ready, baby. Let's get out of here. You're not built for it. You're not built for it. Roro and I are built for it because we both been to hell. Y'all haven't been there.
Right.
I was in hell the first time I told you I was there in 85, 88, 92, 97, 2003.
Me say good morning.
Bro, you all right? Because you concerning me. You're doing a lot of Jesus and a lot of going. What's going on?
85, 86, 87. Stopped at 88, went back 2001, came back 2005, so I'm done.
You and I have collectively been to hell 17 times.
Not 17.
Yes.
And these people over here, they sitting there with their St. Luke chapters and they verses, still scared.
Worried about a credit score.
Exactly.
There ain't no doggone credit taking your butt to heaven. Look.
Now, Ro, I want to talk. I want to make sure you. I want to make sure you're all right because you've been talking a lot of Holy Ghost lately. You know, when it's time when people talk of Holy Ghost, it might be that time.
Something you want to tell us, Ro?
Ro, is something you want to tell us?
Right.
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm 66 today. Thank God.
Birthday,
and
happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All right, Ro.
Woo!
Yes, I'm blessed. But no, I'm just trying to get my life right with our Creator. That's all I'm trying to do. So I don't know what people be worried about this materialistic stuff. It is, you see, a whole country got blown the hell up. A whole country.
I keep saying, Ro.
The buildings, the people, and everything. So we could be gone in a minute.
Ro, I keep telling. I've been saying it every day for the last two. I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks, Ro, because you and I, we've been there. I've been saying for the last 2 weeks. None of these people are refugee ready. They're not built for it.
I'm not refugee.
These people are scared. You scared.
I'm not scared.
Like not you. These people, they're scared. Just like in the movie Juice. Tupac said the famous line in that movie. He said to the other dude, pointing him, he said, "This neighbor scared." He said, "This neighbor scared." Ro, you're not scared.
No, I'm not.
I'm
not
I,
scared.
the only two. We're ready, baby. We are so ready.
All we got to do is keep on having faith and praying because it's about to go down soon. People are not getting the message. So until they get the message, stuff is getting wiped up all types of ways.
Bro, listen to me. On your birthday, I want you to stand outside wherever you live and put that John 3:16 sign up there and let us put that date when the world's coming to an end.
I can't tell you when it's coming to an end.
I want you to stand outside and say it's going down.
It's going down, but I don't know when, but we close. We close. It might be another 1,000 years.
But we're close.
Ro, we're close, and since we so close, y'all need to come down to Sunday Night Laughs at the Iron Mill.
Before it's too late.
Before it's too late. Get your laughs on. Go get down to Iron Mill, 831 South Delaware Drive.
Hey, somebody come get me. I will sure enough be there, but I can't make it from here to Albany. I don't drive. No, I only drive people crazy. That's about it.
You only drive them crazy.
All right, come on, one more time for a birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All right, Ro.
Thank you. I love y'all.
All right,
I'm getting back in the chat room. Get your life right. Get your life right. Stop the bull crap.
That's right. You better tell them, Ro. Get your life right.
Bro, they're not listening.
Get right. at church and
I'm
listen.
listening, Ro.
Okay.
Ro, look, I don't know.
Amen.
You watching this or you hearing this? I don't know if you watching this video.
Yes, I love y'all.
Yo, Ro, look in my eyes.
Thank you.
Ro, look in my eyes.
You have to put it on camera.
They're not ready. They're not ready. Oh, okay.
She said, all
She
right,
was
yeah.
ready to go.
She's ready to hang up.
She was ready. Clearly, she ready.
Ro, they're not ready.
It makes me so sad. My grandma, 96.
We're ready.
Every day. Well, I'll be out of here just now. I'm like, Grandma.
Stop.
She came up here. She said she was 87 because she's lived in the Virgin Islands for like over 40 years. So she said when she turned 87, she's like, I came up here because, she was ready to die. She was like, so she wanted to be by the family so we could do everything. And then she's like, and now look at me. 96. That just went like that. I don't know why I'm still here.
It ain't your time, Grandma.
I'm like, what is going on, Grandma? She ready to die every day.
Yeah, but
she ready to go. She lived her life. She said, I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah, but I
She's
gotta,
tired. That baby tired.
I gotta respect her acceptance level.
Right.
I don't know.
Because your grandmother's built like that. My mother's the same way. Harvey's the same way. And Roro's the same way. We're ready.
Like, I think she's surprised every
ready.
morning she wakes up.
Right.
Okay, Lord. Thank you.
Right. Me too.
Me too.
Like, I don't know if she's mad or what.
Hey.
I'd be surprised too.
Hey,
All right,
guys.
you gave me another one, big guy.
Hey
Thank you.
guys, you scared? You're scared? Harvey's not scared. You're scared.
I'm looking at the camera.
Okay?
Does
My
Tanya know
mother-
you're ready to die?
Yeah,
Right.
she know
Is
I'm
she
ready
ready
to
now?
die.
Does your wife know this?
Ready. Ready.
Because I don't think she's ready to die.
She always say, I'm young. Ready.
I know that.
Ready. She goes, I'm young. I don't want to die because you're not ready.
Don't nobody know the day or the hour.
You're not ready. Harvey's ready. Rose ready. Grandma Grady's ready. Mama Harvey's ready. It's only 4 of us that's ready, and the rest of y'all are scared.
Lord, don't take my grandma.
Wait. We gonna talk about Lord and my sister, the pastor, just popped in. Oh, Lord. Cause we gonna have the phone. We gonna be praying. Everything.
Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Senny, Barbi. Are you ready to get out of here?
Are you ready?
I'm not ready, but I'm not scared either.
Mama Senny, hey.
Hold on, wait. Before she says something, Senny, say hi to your mother. You haven't spoke to her in a week.
Yeah. Yes. Hi, Mom. Good morning. She dropped me off here this morning. Shout out. I'm going to send that money to your mom. Don't worry.
Yeah, she was with me all weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Linda, everybody's scared to get out of here and check out, except for my mother, your mother,
I'm not
and Ro.
scared.
You're scared. You're scared. I can
I'm
hear
not
it in your
scared.
voice. You're scared.
I'm not. What am I scared of, Shawn?
Whoa, Mom. Calm down. With that
Scared to
death
get it.
acceptance.
My son hate when I talk about death too.
You are
Yeah,
scared.
Calm down, Mom.
I'm not afraid.
You are scared to. You are scared to check out of here. Rolo and I've been to. I'm gonna put 10 more times on that. Rolo and I've been to hell 27 times.
But I'm not ready.
Right,
I
I'm
don't
not
think
ready.
anybody's ready.
You gotta be ready.
No, I don't think nobody's ready
That's
to
the
go.
problem. You're not ready because when it comes down the pipeline, you're gonna be all right.
No, I still have things to do, but
Oh,
I'm not.
really?
If it's my time, then it's my time.
Right, that's what I say.
But I don't think anybody's ready. I think everybody has things that they want to do, people they want to be around. But I don't know where the scared part comes in. Because if you're going, you're going.
Vanetta
She
is
said
shut out.
she got things to do.
Yeah, my mom got
You
some.
can't control that, honey.
We have trips we're supposed to go on.
No, you don't control that.
No,
Yesterday's
you're right.
history.
You're right. You're right about
Yesterday's history. Today's a mystery. Yesterday's a history. The future's. Yesterday is the past.
history.
It's history.
Today is the present.
And today's the
I'm
present.
very
Tomorrow's
thankful.
So you
and I
better
thank
stay
God
there.
every morning.
Better stay there. We all got plans. You better have the plan to be.
Y'all got short talking to the wall. Y'all got short talking to the wall. Lord,
He's
help
banging
me.
the wall.
Better be ready.
You should have put.
You hear Jesus knocking?
He don't knock that
Coming to
loud.
get ya.
It's a real soft knock.
May the power of Christ compel you.
Nope.
So, Shawn,
Yes.
you're ready to go any day now, right?
Check it out of here.
He didn't think he was gonna make it till his 55th birthday. So
Right.
I didn't think I was gonna make it to 32.
And he done passed it a couple of years.
All of these are bonus years.
Not bonus years.
All of these are bonus minutes. All of this is bonus seconds. That's why I jump up in the morning and I go, thank you.
Right.
Because I wasn't supposed to be here like Ro on her birthday. Ro and I smoked crack heavy.
All right.
Oh, God.
Heavy. I was homeless at 22.
Damn, Sean.
I was homeless at 22. A dope fiend. Wasn't supposed to be here.
Well, thank God you
Jesus.
have
Bobby's
overcome.
ready. Hey, guys.
Sean wants to see who's been keeping him all these years.
Linda, Linda, when it's time,
You, my dude?
Linda,
My bad. He's like, thank you. My
Linda,
bad.
when it's time to rest, I'm gonna have a big smile on my face.
Oh, goodness.
I'm gonna have a great smile on my face.
John Greer, this is his everyday behavior.
Linda, what else you
Him
gotta
all
say?
the time.
Senny, are you cool with your moms?
Yeah, we're fine. Sean, we're fine.
Linda, you're cool?
Yeah, we had a good talk. We were chilling with each other all weekend.
See,
Oh, that was cute.
that's the blessings.
Cherish those moments, girl.
That's right.
You're gone, you're going to miss it. Trust me.
My mom ain't going nowhere. She
I
better
miss-
live.
Why she gotta be
to
gone? It could be
90.
Cindy that could be gone. What are you talking about?
Right. I'm just saying,
Why
you
why
know.
Linda gotta be gone?
I was about to say,
Cindy might check out this
I
shit
miss
first.
my mother. You know, I miss my mother.
Yes, for sure. I want to cherish every moment.
You better.
Right, cherish those moments.
Since she all ready to go and whatnot.
Right, because you never know.
Linda.
Right, it could be you or her. Anybody
Right,
now,
right,
You know what I'm
anybody.
saying?
I ain't
trying to
ready.
push it. Me.
I'm
Linda.
gonna be fighting. Just
Linda.
just
Yes,
y'all know. I was
yes,
ready.
yes, Sean, I can hear
Linda,
you.
I was in hell in 84, 85, 86. What year, did you ever visit hell? You ever been down there? You ever seen that place?
Say that again?
Have you ever been to hell like me and Roro? I was in hell in 84. It was crazy out there. It was Lucifer. Lucifer had me on. Boy, he was.
I
Who's
was
putting it
kind of at the edge of
Right,
hell,
on
but
the
I never
outskirts. We
really,
was on the outskirts.
I never really stepped in.
Right, it was too hot.
Right. So you
I
was at the border.
outskirts.
That's when she married my dad.
Yeah.
That's when she was on the edge of it. But her
I was
kids
kind
saved
of-
her.
I would say that I was more of an
Seen that play.
observer of hell, but I never
That's right.
actually,
Say it
You was
again.
in the observatory, mom.
Right.
Was you? It's safe to
never
say.
She's in the waiting
actually
area.
tipped over.
Cindy, Linda, what happened? Was you like sort of like in the waiting room of hell?
She
Was
was
you?
in the waiting
Was you in the
Yep.
Was you in the waiting room? Because Ro and I went straight in. All right, Linda,
No,
we're gonna give you the.
I was more like, in a tour bus driving by.
She
I'm
was like,
looking at
beep,
it.
beep, hey, y'all. Hey,
All right.
hey.
All right.
And that bus kept right on moving. I said,
know
I'm not
that's
down
right.
with it.
Let's clap for that.
That's right.
Linda, we're gonna give you the last word before we shut out the room. God bless you. Linda said she's not scared and she's good.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I don't think any one of us should be scared. We're not going to hell. We all go to a different level of existence because energy is not lost or destroyed. It's just transferred.
Right.
You transfer to a different frequency and you're not in your physical body anymore. There's no reason for you to be scared. Just accept it. Be thankful that you were on this earth for however long you were here.
Right.
And get ready.
You know, this is how I look at it. So before I was born, the world was here, and I didn't know about it. The world was here for 1 billion years, and I didn't know anything about it, Barbi gone.
Right. That's
And
what it
then I touched down onto this whole thing. So when it's time to leave, I'm not going to know about it. You're right. There's going to be a transfer of energy, and but I'm not going to know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
But
you're gonna transfer to a different level of existence, and where it's not gonna be any hate. There's not gonna be any stress. There's not gonna be anything that you experienced on this physical plane. None of that.
I don't know about all that.
Well, I agree with that part. I don't know about
I don't know
not
about
going
all
to hell
that,
energy.
but
I believe that
but
you go heaven or hell.
but Linda, you know where?
But
I'm gonna
yeah,
tell you
it's
right
definitely gonna
now.
be peaceful.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Before we shut out the room, Shawn Harvey, God bless. There's no one has ever passed away and died and came back from heaven and said everything was cool, at least for me. I can't wait to go to the metaverse. Because in the metaverse, you'll know that I'm there. Put a number one chat room if you ever go to the metaverse or go to heaven. Which one is it? Put a number one metaverse and number two heaven. Linda, one more time, last word.
Shawn, you're going to that great level of existence where all great comedians go to make the angels laugh. And when it's my time to go, if I what was that? Remember that oh my God. Remember that commercial? It wasn't really a commercial. It was an intro with WBLS. And he used to say, if I go before you. He always ended his radio program like that, but I can't remember it right now.
I'll play that. Frankie Crocker, you talking about? Yeah, I'll play it.
Yes.
Not you want to play it.
And if I go before you, I'll be waiting for you so you can tell me and make me laugh in heaven.
All right, stay right there. I'm going to play it, okay? Linda, God bless you. That's Senny Moms, everybody. Let's clap for Linda.
God bless.
God bless.
God bless, Mom.
Oh, where the hearts at? In the chat room. Hey,
where the hearts at? In the chat room.
Where the hearts at? In the chat room. Hey, where the hearts at? In the chat room. Hey, where the hearts at?
In the chat room. Hey, where the hearts at?
In the chat room. Hey, where the hearts at? Senny, let's go.
Turn down for what?
Hey, where the hearts at? Where the hearts at? Oh, where the hearts at?
Turn down for what?
Hey, where the hearts at? Where the hearts at? Oh, where the hearts at?
Turn down for what?
Hey, where the hearts at? Where the hearts at? Oh, where the hearts at?
Turn down for what?
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 For what? Hey, for what? Hey. One more time, guys, and show us some love.
Oh, where the hearts at? In the chat room. Hey, where the hearts at? In the chat room.
Hey, where the hearts at?
In the chat room. Hey, where the hearts at? In the chat room.
Hey, where the hearts at? In the chat room, hey, where the hearts at? In the chat room, hey, where the hearts at? Senny, let's go.
Turn down for what?
Hey, where the hearts at? Where the hearts at? Oh, where the hearts at?
Turn down for what?
Hey, where the hearts at? Where the hearts at? Oh, where the hearts at?
Turn down for what?
Hey, where the hearts at? Where the hearts at? Oh, where the hearts at?
Turn down for what?
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 For what? Hey.
Hey. Ooh, wee. Shout out to W.M. Dixon. Hey, Cuzzo. Good morning. Younger Nut is in the building. What's up, Younger Nut? Good morning to you. Shout out to Randy Montgomery. Nathaniel Jones is in the building. What's up, Nathaniel? Yes. Nicole Harris is here. Hey, girl. Shout out to Vanetta George. What's up, Vanetta? Hey, girl. Hey. Amir Sealy in the building. What's up, Amir?
Cindy, you and Vanetta, y'all cool?
Yes.
Why you always trying to make it seem like Cindy got beef with everybody, sure?
Because I know.
I'm a little high strung sometimes, but I'm fine.
So he justified.
He just guessing because any day I could be off with someone, but
exactly.
It's all good right now.
It's cool, just monitoring the situation.
Okay, all right. Shout out to the Godfather Soul of Tracy Ray. What's up, Tracy?
Vanetta, put in on one chat room if you cool with Senny.
She said that's hello.
I'm answering for Vanetta and we're fine.
Oh.
Right. It's how I be with yours. Be fine.
Okay.
What did I say? Shout out to John McDaniel. Hello, John McDaniel. Are you new to the show, to the party?
Yes, we have a lot of new people.
Yes. Welcome to the party. Let us know how did you hear about us, and please share it on your wall. And Share. Share is caring. Shaheed Johnson is here. What's up, Shaheed? Doris Rios is in the building. What's up, Doris? Good morning.
Keep those hearts coming, guys. Keep those hearts coming.
Shout out to Sharon Campbell. Hey, Sharon. Good morning.
Hey, girl.
D-Lo is in the building. What's up, D-Lo? Good morning.
Hey, D-Lo.
Lee Scott is here. Lee, you was drunk last night, huh? Too much party in New Orleans?
Did you see that live, Sean?
No,
you saw it, Barbi?
I didn't see it. Let me see.
Lee had a live where he was just pissing off April. He out there with his sister-in-law, her husband, the babies, his mother-in-law. And he over there drinking,
what's wrong with that?
Talking loud.
So what?
April walked off from him.
Being a neighbor. He was being a neighbor.
He was being a neighbor. And she was like, I'm done with you. Just leave me alone. She done stormed off with the baby.
It's still on his live?
Go on his page. It's
Lee, it better be still
Did
up
you
there.
leave it up, Lee?
He
I
said
would've
April was pissed.
Yeah,
I
like
bet.
y'all are supposed to be going. But
Which one is it?
Why
12
y'all
hours
bringing
ago?
the babies out on Bourbon
12
Street
hours
though?
ago?
Probably so.
That was something that you and
Lee.
April were supposed to do later in the
It
night.
says on Bourbon. He was on Bourbon Street.
Yeah,
That's
they
right
got
here. Let me
party.
see. Let me
That was
see.
something for you and April to do in the night.
He said, "So what? I'm grown, but in New Orleans."
Are grown, but
Blinking or nothing. Blink, Drew Brees. Oh, he blinked for me. He's cold though. Look at his left foot.
Person?
This is a real person. This is not no mannequin.
Go ahead, boy.
Oh, shout out to
Drew.
Oh, you
Princess
turned down
Cox. So loud,
I
yeah.
had to tell him blink so I could know it was really a person.
Princess Cox is in the building. Good morning, Mr.
Okay,
Robinson.
even though Barbie Cologne, he's acting like a complete idiot.
He's having fun.
He's having fun and he's with his family. Like, what's the problem? Why would April storm off? I don't get it.
because
So
they were
what?
trying to
And
take
they got the
pictures.
baby.
So what? He's with
Because
his
they wanted to take a picture, and he was like, "Say welfare cheese."
So he was
Come on,
being
why you saying
annoying.
that?
He was being annoying with his family. What's the problem with that? I'm trying to figure out what the problem is.
It probably was a whole lot of that all day.
Day.
She ain't had enough already at that point.
We just saw a
We
snippet.
only got a little
So-
bit. We
so-
don't know what happened before that video.
So, do we rather him be annoying all day with his family or out there by himself acting up? Which one? Which choice do we have?
Wait, he said she gonna be mad again.
I think. Are you in New Orleans right now, or did you guys leave already?
Oh goodness.
Is this the video? The Lee, is this
Yeah,
the
this
video?
the video.
Shout out to Harold Green. What's up? Shamika Love is in the building. What's up, Shamika? Good morning.
Hey, girl.
Deira Jackson is here. Hey, Deira. Lakeisha Berglund is in the building. What's up, Keisha? Valerie Thomas is here. Hey,
Hold on,
Valerie.
you're absolutely
Hey,
right,
Valerie.
Bob. You can see April's getting annoyed already.
It probably was a lot of that
Yeah.
all
It was a long
day.
day.
Yeah, it was a long day.
She probably was dealing with the baby by herself or, whatever. I don't know, but
Hold on.
What about baby Elena?
Nephew?
Oh, you guys are gonna be there all week.
yeah,
Nephew. I want you to apologize to your whole entire family today, now, before y'all step outside. And I want you to shut your mouth the rest of the day and let your wife and your mother-in-law, his mother-in-law is his mother down there.
His mother-in-law.
I want you to allow your mother and your mother-in-law and April to enjoy their day and just have minimum conversation and pay for all the meals today and knock it off. And no Facebook Live unless you're taking some pictures.
No
and
drinking.
if you're going to do the Facebook Live, be sober doing it.
Yeah.
You will not ruin this vacation for this young lady and her mother and your daughter, my friend. You had your one meltdown, sir. You allow one meltdown. This is your uncle talking to you. Now knock it off. Your wife wants to enjoy her time in New Orleans, okay? And stay off that stupid live.
He said he ain't doing none of that.
Oh,
Oh my God.
He said, I'm on vacation. I'm going to enjoy my vacation.
continue.
Shout out to Marcus, Mr. One Emoji Johnson. What's up, Marcus? John Greer is here. Hey, John. Are you new as well?
Yes, John. Where are you from?
Right, where you from? Let us know. How did you hear about us? And please share the show. Thank you.
He's got his drink in his hand.
Lee is
Guzzling
having a
that
good old
thing.
time.
Guzzling
Listen,
a drink.
he in the party scene
What kind
right
of
now.
drink was
He
that,
in
What are
Lee?
you doing?
Party and listen
That
here.
drink looked good though.
What are you
What kind
doing?
of drink was that, bro?
Let me go to Nolan.
You got a
Go
giant
to
drink
Nolan.
in your
I'm going to
hand.
be the same way.
You got a giant drink in your hand. Somebody's
Slur my
going to
words.
pickpocket you, steal your
Malay.
phone, and beat you up. Knock it off, bro. What is wrong with...
Not continue on.
Shout out to Audrey A. Johnson, Diane Hall. We said a Diane Hall. He said he on spring break, whatever.
With your
Trina-
wife and your baby.
Right. Okay. Shout out to Trina Pinker. Good morning, Trina.
Hey, Trina.
Sean Hayes Jones.
He's
here.
grabbing on April. He's fondling his own wife. She's annoyed, bro. And you so twisted, you don't even know that she's glancing at the hot body guys. She's getting her glance on, nephew, while you sitting there acting like a fool. Continue.
Shout out to Bernadette Wilson, Maroro Johnson, and happy birthday again to you. Thank you for calling in. Danielle Williams is here. What's up, girl?
Hey, Danielle.
Oh, Diane Hall said John Greer is her cousin, and she told him about the show. Well, thank you, Diane.
Diane, look at you still spreading the love. You see that, OGs? Diane is still sharing.
She's still bringing people in the building.
Come
y'all
on,
follow
y'all.
Her lead, follow her lead and bring them in the building with y'all. Come on now, don't be selfish.
Still up?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Shout out to Daryl Lyon. What's up, D Lyon? Tiffany Klosick is in the building. What's up, girl? Natalie Wright is here. Natalie, are you coming to the show on the 3rd? What's up, girl? Y'all, matter of fact, get y'all tickets for the show April 3rd.
You a regular now, Natalie. We expect to see you there.
Exactly. right. If I don't see me, I'm like, let's show them where y'all cousins. What cousins? Show them what cousins. Shout out to Derek Evans. Good morning, Derek. Sonia Murray is in the building. Hey, Sonia. Good morning to you.
He is absolutely twisted.
He is. He said he was. He said
Oh
he
my
was.
God.
Shawn Harvey in his prime wasted. Shout out to Yvonne Douglas Bodie. Hey girl, Dwayne Staten Holmes is here. Hello, DJ Tour Guy. Lynette Net Serrano was in the building. Hey girl, here's your tea. Good morning. Jay Peso was in the building. Hey Vanetta Son. Was he?
Not Hey Vanetta Son.
Not Hey Vanetta Son.
Who's that? The 22-year-old one?
Yeah.
That's one.
I think that's a 22-year. He got a song now on to everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vanetta, gonna get us a little sample, bro.
Yeah.
I know what else he's probably out there sampling at 22.
Don't say that. His mother in the chat room.
No, I think he got a girl and a little family going on.
Oh, okay.
You better
Well,
not
then
be
he already
sampling
knows.
anything.
And you said he's got a hot song coming out, right?
Yeah, he has a song. He put it out.
Well,
like
you
on Twitter.
you got to kiss that family goodbye, brother.
No.
Brother,
Sean, you are horrible.
try your best to keep that 22-year-old slung in your pants, bro. That was difficult for me.
Yeah, don't pull a Sean.
Because I know that you can operate on demand, my friend, at 22. Jesus Christ. You probably had sex with yourself twice already today. While your baby mother was sleeping. What? I'm not mad at you, bro.
Twice, Sean? Really?
Bro, oh my God. I pray that you stay with this family, my friend. At 22 years old. Jay Peso?
Jay Peso.
Boy, that's a nice name, too. Hey, Jay Peso. I know you be dropping dimes in vagina, young man.
Not drop.
Because I know I was at 22. Let me get back to Lee. Go ahead.
Shout out to Linda Jacob. Hey, Linda, good morning.
Hey, Mom.
Bridget Richardson is here. What's up, Bridget? Good morning to you. Shout out to Kenyatta Garland. Hey, big sis. Thank you.
He said she mad.
Yeah, well,
She mad.
She mad. She mad.
he said she tripping.
No, listen to what he says after this.
Hey,
He asked his family. if he's
Hey, Lee. Are you out of your freaking... Thanks for putting the live on. I appreciate that.
He crazy.
Lee, knock it off.
Yeah.
Is April okay today?
Yeah, how's April?
Stop doing this.
Where
He
is
said
she?
What are
it's
you, out of your
raining.
mind, bro?
He said it's raining today, so it might not be like that.
Then shut your mouth. Then shut your mouth today.
If I was April, I'd leave you up all night with the baby.
Word.
Right.
And so she could hit the town, brother.
I'd be like, I'll be right back.
Right.
With your headache.
That's right.
She should leave you this morning.
You be crying like a baby. Go ahead.
Yolanda Rhines is in the building. What's up, Yolanda? Shout out to Tanya Washington. Good morning, Tanya. You all right over there? Okay. Those are all the names that I've seen. If you want to get shouted out, come on in the chat room and say hello.
Yes, we truly appreciate it and definitely want to make sure that you guys follow us on social media, The Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. Join us on there. Instagram, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Follow us. YouTube, we're on there live every day. Make sure you guys subscribe, and share. iHeartRadio platform, Comedy World Net, 108 Soul New York, Fam Radio, everywhere. We have to have a TikTok page, SH Morning Show. Follow us on there. We are everywhere, you guys. Subscribe.
Senny, we're going to do some front page news. I'm sorry I can't get the music. Let's go into some front page news. Let's clap, Senny. My fault, Senny.
It's okay.
Vanessa said her oldest son, Jaron, is listening in the car. He said, what's wrong with that guy?
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? It's not me. I'm being honest. How old is the other one? One's 22. How old is that guy? You don't think that these, how old is he?
25, 27.
25, 26. And you don't think they're slunging it out?
Something like that.
And because I say that, I'm wrong. And what's wrong with me? What's wrong with you?
Oh, wow.
You know what it is, young
See?
stars. I'm not even hating on you. Go out there and slung out. If you're in a relationship, stay in it. Jay Peso. And what's the other one name? Jesus Christ, these names. What's the other one's name? Jesus Christ.
Jalen.
Jalen. That's Jalen and Jay Peso?
Yeah.
J and J?
Jalen, Jaron.
J and J.
Yeah. And Ricardo and
All right.
Maya.
Fellas, this is your uncle talking to you.
Gave out all Vanetta's kids' government.
Okay.
She said that before.
But listen. This is your uncle talking to you. If you're in a relationship, stay in it, okay? Y'all know the downfalls and the pitfalls of, getting out of these relationships. It's a financial disaster. And that's all I want to say. But I will tell you this. Those 20-year-olds, boy, they out there, boy. I admire these guys. Whether they're in a relationship or not, boy, they out there slinging right now. Pause. God bless. Go ahead, Senny. Let's go with the news.
Yes.
You say, what's wrong with this guy? There's nothing wrong with me, bro.
Yes. I do. Yeah, maybe he just wants you to just calm down a little bit, Shawn.
Calm down for what? Because you're 29, 28 years old and you slaying?
He like, calm down, son.
And you slaying, bro?
Some people are not out there slaying like that, you know?
He's slaying. He's either slaying this lady or he's slaying himself.
Well, speaking of hell, today we're going to talk about a date from hell. A New York City woman allegedly tortured an Instagram date for hours with masked kidnappers. A New York City man was lured to an apartment by a woman he met on Instagram and then tortured for hours, and 3 other men last month. The group placed him in a bathtub, poured flammable substances on him, and burned him with a flame all over his body, say court documents. After multiple hours of torture, the masked kidnappers took him to another location and later called the victim's brother on FaceTime, demanding $100,000 as they cut the man with a knife. Give us $100,000 or we will kill him. One of the attackers was eventually located by police in a van, and the victim was found in the back, unconscious, wrapped in a blanket with tape covering his mouth. He was barely breathing. The woman, 22-year-old Valerie Rosario, faces charges of kidnapping and attempted murder for this February 7th incident. Miss Rosario denies all the allegations that have been leveled against her, said her attorney, Raymond Loving. How you deny something like this?
Right. You did it. So, boo.
Well, technically they were all wearing masks. But, if he met you on Instagram, you suspect number one, shorty. And why? This is like something out of a movie.
Okay, how did they get to the hotel again? To the house again? Where he went there with her?
I guess they said, because it said he was lured there. How do you lure a man to a woman's apartment? He went over there because they were going to have a date, I guess. And this is what ensued when he got there. A group of masked people who were doing this. And how did you even know his brother would have $100,000?
Whoa.
I don't know.
They talked about it on when it was conversing.
Yeah.
Right, and he mentioned it.
I don't know.
Well, half of y'all live in the fantasy world of Instagram. 35-40% of it isn't even real. You got women out there killing themselves because they're dying because they're trying to get the big butt. And you got these Instagram superstars. So all the regular women out there that post on Instagram, you are the true queens. And because you see, and even the men, they got the chiseled up bodies. Hell, that's fake too. And then you go into someone's inbox and you want to go on a date because you're following this illusion of grandeur and you want to smash because the motivation is to smash. And then you take your dumb ass over there and everybody's wearing a mask and they're beating the crap out of you. That shouldn't happen to anyone. Of course, I'm not condoning the behavior, but look what you got yourself into. And we talked about that the other day, Barbi Cologne. We talked about the fact that there are some places we are grown, but there are some places that we as adults don't need to be.
I agree.
And we know that we're not supposed to be there. But we show up, and then look what happened, anarchy. Look what happened. Night of the Living Dead. Now you got folks with a ski mask on, plummeting you with, beating you with oranges in a sock. I hope. Did they catch these people?
I hope they catch.
They only caught 2 of them. This woman, Valerie Rosario, that they're doing, and another masked person that was in a van.
And let's before you get into your next story, don't get it twisted. And you can look up the stats, and I know what these 2 young ladies here gonna say, Shawn, you're wrong. And then they're gonna research it, and I'm gonna be right. Welcome to Harvey's house. In the last 5 years, 5 to 10 years, let's go to 5 years, there has been an explosion of women going to jail for committing crimes with men as the setup person. Fellas, you got to be careful. Women are going to jail on a daily basis because they're setting you up. It's not a good look for the women. A lot of you are in jail because of this. Stay away. You know that there are certain places that you are not supposed to go. You are not supposed to be. I'm for sure Barbi Cologne and Senny J would. Some gonna meet a guy on Instagram. I think they were not gonna go on a date and meet them somewhere. I don't think they're gonna do all of that. I'm sorry. And what's it called? Rosario, whatever the woman is.
No, thank you.
Whatever, you need the barking dogs. You need to get bit for about 24 hours constantly because this is horrific. This is like a First 48 scene.
You're supposed to go to a public place.
You can't.
Why are these people going? Just like there's these 2 black girls that were just killed like not too long ago, meeting somebody off Bumble, going to their house. Why are y'all meeting up at people's houses? Why is this a thing?
Because
nobody doesn't have to date no more. Just go someplace.
I just said it. People, for some reason, we want to. Is it mysterious with us, or is it curiosity? Why do we gotta go places we know we're not supposed to be there? And then we get harmed and hurt because Instagram was 35% of it isn't even real. Why y'all tripping on Instagram?
Well,
only thing that's real on Instagram is pictures of real people, information that's valid, and videos that we like that's funny or videos that we see that are disturbing. Anything else is all fake. Well, some of the profile pictures are fake of these people. What they call it? What you call it?
Filters?
No.
Catfishing?
Catfishing.
But Shawn, I don't think people should be discouraged from meeting people online because a lot of us communicate now through online. So it's like another meeting place, right? Like just if you were to go to a bar or a supermarket or a place. I feel like social media can be another meeting place. If you decide to take it offline, there are all
somebody home?
There are precautions in place. There are people that get married off of online. So we can't just people become friends offline. I've met people offline.
Senny, you know how many people
not as like a dating
recently,
but not as like a date.
People online.
Yes, but you can also meet each other. You can get killed by somebody you've been living with for 25 years. Y'all saw a worse roommate even.
But so, girl, I don't want to.
But if you have precautions, if you're meeting somebody in a public place, if you tell people where you're going, some people even do group dates where their friends come with them. I mean, there are things that you can put into place because I don't think that people should miss out on opportunities. But going to people's house or being intoxicated when you're on the meeting or taking drugs before you go, I don't think you should be doing that.
You guys say it all the time with dating sites. I'm not on a dating site. I've never been on a dating site.
How people are getting together.
I never had that problem. Now, but you guys say it all the time that it's just a cesspool of the exchange of vagina and slong. That's all this is. Okay, I give you 0.5% of the people that are meeting that get married or have good relationships. I'll give you that.
It doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a platonic relationship.
Platonic relationship. I give you 2%.
We meet people online every day when we go to the Iron Mule. We don't know these people.
2%.
But we're in a public place
but we're not
with others.
But it's not a dating situation.
It doesn't have to be a dating situation.
not a
What if I was
dating
a
situ- once they
platonic
get
friend?
there-
Oh, we've been talking on Facebook for so much. You know, this person, she's so cool. I want to meet up with her for coffee. And then that person robs you or does something
So
to
then
you.
let me ask you this question.
It
If you
doesn't
met-
have to be a relationship.
Okay, so if you met somebody online, before you move on to
Which
the
I've
next
done,
which
yes.
you've done, and you met somebody on Instagram, and they said, and you're talking on Instagram, and the guy goes, "Hey, matter of fact, come to New York and come to my house. I live in 438, 163rd Street, apartment 4B. You go in there?"
No, I'd be like, I'm not coming
Exactly.
to your house, but if you want to go to like
Exactly.
someplace else or Times Square or something.
Right, exactly. But are you going to the person's house?
No.
All right, let's move on. Next story.
No house visits.
Well, that's
Exactly.
well,
That's
that's
what
of
I'm
course. Well, isn't that what I said?
Okay, continue.
I said you don't have to. Don't meet people at their home, someplace
Right.
secluded. Go
Never.
to.
But why?
Go
Since
into an
it's so-
open-
why? Since it's this harmony on the
Because
why?
no, because
Since
you're
it's all this love and
just
harmony on this
you're
thing.
just meeting somebody for the
well,
first
so then why
time.
they
You're
so-
technically meeting a stranger,
Exactly.
and you should have safety precautions in place.
Exactly. And-
You could meet a guy at a bar the night before, and he's like, "Oh, let's meet up tomorrow," and you should still take safety precautions.
Thank you, Senny.
A toddler accidentally kills their mom in a Food for Less parking lot. A young mother was killed Saturday in the parking lot of a Food for Less after her toddler fired a gun in her direction. The tragedy occurred in Dalton, Illinois, a town about 20 miles south of Chicago, when Deja Bennett, who was 22, was shot in the neck after her 3-year-old son found the weapon in the back seat of the car. Police detained the boy's father, who was at the scene of the shooting, to determine whether or not he will be charged.
Carelessness. Like,
Here we go.
why
Here we
do
go
you
again.
have a handgun or a gun, period, just out willy-nilly in the car when you got kids around? Come on.
As a gun owner, you have to be responsible.
Absolutely.
Why would you have a loaded gun in a car? Oh my God! The mother. Oh. I've had this happen in my family,
Carelessness.
and it's just
Oh my God.
so tragic that the 3-year-old shot the mother in the neck because the father, who needs to be in jail for 20 years, even if the gun is registered, man, this is irresponsible. Why would you have a loaded?
Absolutely.
Barbie's a gun owner as well, but I don't think Barbie will sit there and have a gun and a loaded gun in the back of her car
It is not.
and other people in the car.
No.
Like, what are you doing?
Crazy.
The poor mother. The father.
In a situation
You gotta
like
go
this,
down.
that you got people who so against, the right to bear arms because of foolishness like this.
The
Come
father,
on, y'all.
the father, you gotta go away. You just destroyed a whole freaking family. The mother, this poor woman. That story bothers me. It's so sad that this woman has to lose her life as a young mother because the 3-year-old. And my whole thing is like, I think the 3-year-old gonna definitely need some therapy behind this. For the rest of their natural life, because you took a life, and this 3-year-old, it's a tragedy for everybody in the family. Our condolences. What else you guys saying?
Yeah, it's really sad. And the last story, I know it's a really sad story. Sorry, but it's something. It's another reminder, y'all.
Right.
Need to lock them things up, not keep them in the car, all that other stuff.
Should have been on your hip. If you're gonna have it with you, it should have been in a purse or on your hip, on your person. It should not have been laying on the back of the car.
What are y'all doing?
What are you
Like,
doing?
What type of
and
life y'all living?
And I'm gonna tell you what it is. Okay. Welcome to District 9. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Drugs and alcohol all the time. Drugs and alcohol all the time. 90% of the time, they're sitting there and they got the woolly, and they got the dark look.
Holy, I didn't hear that word in ages.
They always want to bring the weed into it.
They got the weed. There's a lot of weed. There's a lot of weed. Everybody's on La La Land. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They like to get high. And then they throw back the dark liquor, sort of like Lee last night. And they freaking forget. And they sit there and they can't let that stupid weed joint go.
Oh,
your lips are purple and you got stains on your big thumb. Because you got to spark up. But guess what?
They're trying to get high.
Mommy got sparked up last night.
Sure.
And now Dad got to go to jail for the rest of his life.
Why you always got to take it there?
I hope he don't blame it on the mom. Because if it's unregistered, and he
what
talk
if it
about
was her
some,
gun?
yeah, but then he's trying to get out of it when it was really his, and he's blaming her death on herself.
What?
I mean,
Excuse me?
we don't know because she
Excuse
ain't
me,
here
Senny
to tell
J?
us her side of the story.
Excuse me, Senny J. You
don't
and
think
I
she
would
was
probably do the same thing. He's trying to save his ass. That's why he's got to go down.
His karma.
Because
she ain't here. Somebody got to take care of kids.
Yo, he could have just came up and said, "Listen, she drove here. I took an Uber here. I met her here. I
ain't know it was in the back seat.
That's what I'll say.
Surprise me too.
If they didn't have no surveillance video of me getting out that car, and say if
they did, I ain't know it was under the car seat, under the blanket. It was I didn't see it.
City, say if the gun was in the car, and he met them there, and the kid, shot his mom's. Unfortunately, may she rest in peace. And he's like, "Yo, okay." Say the gun is his, it's not registered. Well, if it's not registered, he could just say, "Oh, I don't know. I just met her here. Like, would you flight or flight? I don't know. Would Harvey say something like that? Put me in that scenario real quick, and I'll tell you what I'll say, Sam.
Shawn, your baby. And we don't even know if it was his baby.
Right. Just say. Well, most likely.
We need more information, but the baby.
Let's say this, and we're not talking about the rapper. I tell you what, Sidney. Sidney, it's most likely with black men, it's a step or bonus son.
Right.
Say it's the bonus kid.
Oh, Lord.
Most black men, it's a lot, and I've been involved in that. Half the men in the chat room. Say it's the bonus kid.
The bonus son. Your bonus 3-year-old.
Special shout out to my bonus son. It's his birthday today, Cal.
Oh, hey, Cal.
Happy birthday.
He's 8 years old.
Yes, that is so exciting.
Go ahead.
What are you guys doing?
It's
a Tuesday, y'all.
Sharing time.
Oh man, I wish I would have known. I got something. Shawn, your bonus son, he's in the back seat. He has a gun. Obviously, he's fondling this gun. Nobody's looking. Okay, apparently.
That's happened to you in a minute.
And
you haven't fondled a gun in a minute.
And
you as well, Barbi.
Yes, I did. I had to clean her the other day.
You ain't cleaned nothing in a minute.
Yes, I did.
You haven't cleaned anything.
Yes, I did.
I doubt it.
You
got a story to tell? You been cleaning something lately?
It's my business.
Well, you'll tell it at some point. Go ahead, Zane.
Your bonus son takes his gun and shoots your girl in the neck. With you sitting right there.
No, I'm not there.
He ain't
there.
You're
not.
The gun's in the car.
But he was there.
Yeah, wait, the gun was in the car. No, hold on. We're going to switch that.
Okay, so you're changing the scenario.
You know why? We want to do a moral check here.
What's the moral check is when you're there and know it's your gun.
We're going to check our moral compass with everyone. This is the scenario, Senny. Then you can ask me the question. I met the baby mother there. The gun is in the back seat. I wasn't even in the car. The son clips the mother.
Not clipper. God.
Now here come the police. Now ask me that. Let's put me in that scenario because there's two ways I could go.
But if you were in that scenario, they wouldn't assume that it's your gun because you weren't there when it happened. So they'd have to assume that it was her
I'm
gun.
there. Okay, put me there.
So you're in the car, and the baby shoots your girl in the back of the neck. She's over there bleeding out.
Oh man,
and you're got that artery. It's coming out of the mouth. Everything's all over the place. You sitting there. You look back, you see the gun, you see it's your gun.
Damn.
But the police come. What are you saying?
She already did.
She already did.
First of all, I'm going to do this when the gushy start. Oh. Oh my God.
Don't let it touch me.
I'm going to go like this. Oh my God. I'm going to do this first. Oh my God.
But then it's at the time to go to jail.
I'm like this. And then I'm going to look at the bonus son. Jermaine. What? All right, no. This is what I'm doing. In that scenario, I'm gonna man up. I'm gonna be a man about this, and I cause this, and whatever. oh yeah, lock me up. I'm going to jail. I'm going to face up to this crime. I committed it. I'm not going to run away. I know folks who just ran away. You know, we hear it on the news all the time when these particular situations happen. The father or the mother, they run away and they got to find them. I'm going to stay there like a man. I'm going to take them and I'll be served my justice for that. Now, if I met the baby mother there, she had the gun and the kid shot her. And even if it was my gun or not, I'm going to say, I don't know.
Right.
I just met her here.
You gotta prove it, baby.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
You gotta prove it was my gun.
Jermaine clipped her. I didn't know. I was down the block. I was at Aldi's, and then I came over here and met her at the Giant. I don't know. I had nothing to do with that.
Damn Giant.
They were at the Food for Less parking lot.
Yeah, and what kind of store is that?
Down south. This was down south.
Food for Less.
It was in Illinois.
Okay, I know because we used to have a Food for Less here in Easton, and it was a popular store. When I first moved to Pennsylvania, it was quite popular here. I never even heard of one before. It was one in Phillipsburg and one in Allentown.
Wow. And, you know, Barbi's one of the first black settlers out here. Barbie moved in Easton when it was nice. Go ahead. Now it's Puerto Ricans and blacks. She moved out there. She thought she made it. When they moved out there 20 years ago for door, there was not a Puerto Rican or a black in sight on that block. Now there's 4 bodegas over there. She
Oh,
like,
my goodness. Right. We do got some bodegas, too. I'll be excited when I
want
go.
to live in America.
But no,
Be in
Vanetta, you're right.
America.
She said, "Who's responsible for putting it in the back seat?" I don't. People that I know with guns, they put it in the glove compartment because right there, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's in the back seat, you know what's it in the back seat? It could fall on the floor, get under the seat. Like that just doesn't even seem
And
safe if you're gonna carry a gun in a car with you.
And that's why I say, Senny J, Barbie Cologne, and others that are listening, we're extending a few minutes for this show. Barbie
don't have
Cologne.
a gun in a car. Keep it in there.
Barbie Cologne. It's the marijuana. Because think about it.
it's
Think
coke
about,
or something.
Think about
I don't think it was marijuana. I think it was something worse, like some lean or something.
Right. Okay,
What
there
else
you go.
smoking?
There you go.
Or sniffing or whatever.
Yeah, there you go. There you
It
go.
was something hard.
So we're
to
here.
weed for.
Okay. Whoa,
I
hard.
get you.
Start with the hard.
Like Carlton sniffing
Yeah.
Xanax.
Right.
Now,
it
now,
probably
Barbie.
was a Zanny.
Now, Barbie, let me ask you something.
Probably was
These are black
damn
folks.
Zanny.
It doesn't matter, but these are black folks.
Deja Bennett. I'm
Deja
gonna
Bennett.
assume.
Now, I don't want to
Or
throw
a real
race in
ghetto
it.
white person.
Right. I don't
Who's
want to
trying to
throw. I don't want to throw the race card in there, but I'm gonna go back to the sobriety. Barbie Cologne, I'm gonna direct this at you.
Okay.
Do you think that a person, whether the man or the woman, the baby, you think in a sober mind, hear me out, in a sober mind, that they would have a loaded gun in the backseat of the car in a sober mind? Because in a sober mind, at least you would have enough rational thinking to go,
The wherewithal to understand.
or critical thinking
Right.
to say, let me move the gun out the way.
Right. Matter of fact, let me not put that gun there.
Right. If you're sober, I think, I'm not going to bet my life on
No,
it,
I won't,
but I
but-
think that maybe you might think that way. Now, let's turn the page on it. Imagine you high. I've been high, and I've seen things and left things all over the place.
Nikki, but let me just
So,
sit you right
and
here
then
for
they're
a second.
driving, and they're high, and they forgot the gun.
Yeah, that's sure enough probably what happened.
I'm not going to bet my life on that as well.
It sounds very, very plausible.
It's a lot of this and a lot of these stories, they don't put the drugs into the end, of course. And I think that this would happen.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Senny.
No, that was it. You want me to do another?
Yeah, I
story?
want you. What's going on with the war? They still out there fighting?
They still fighting.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that Russia
Just take over somebody.
they told people they can't be on. They're closing in on Kyiv, and they told people that they can't be on Instagram or Facebook because they'll be charged as a terrorist. And a lot of Russian influencers are really upset right now because that's their livelihood. So
You could pull that up real quick, pause. And then
Okay,
we'll
do you-
Barbie,
I
you
mean,
got
is
nothing,
there
right?
something
Okay,
specific-
Barbie got something too. Okay, pause.
is there something specific in the war you want to know? I mean, I feel like every time I turn it on, they're just talking about
Russia blowing up something.
Russia's blowing them up. They're closing in.
Yeah.
I don't really know what you want.
Well,
what do you want?
It's not what I want. I mean, it's just information. We need to know what's going
But
on.
why? We're not doing anything. He's not said. We're not sending any troops over. They're sending. They're doing a bunch of sanctions.
This is impacting us.
I mean, I don't even know how it's impacting, but
The
it's
gas
No,
is
no, gas
No, I'm saying because we don't get a majority of our oil from Russia.
Oh, my
And we
God.
have oil reserves here too. So
then why is the price of the
they're
gas
saying
spiking?
they're saying that the price of the gas is spiking because oil reserves here don't want to up their production to give us the oil that we need. So they'd rather continue supplying us with what they have been. So it's the oil companies that don't want to put the extra money and time into actually producing more oil for us to use because it's going to cost them more money. So why should they spend more money when we're just going to pay more money to get the same oil that we've been getting?
And that's why we got to talk about this because
Well, that's what it is.
And the problem as well is even though Russia has 3% of the oil production, but mostly a lot of their oil production is to feed the folks oil in Europe. They're going to shut that down too.
I thought we were getting our oil from the Middle East all these years. They telling us the Middle East. Now all of a sudden it's Russia.
No, we put ourselves in a position where we produce a lot of our oil as well. Yeah, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
and we do produce a lot of our oil.
So we don't really need all this. I mean, we do need help from foreign countries with oil, but we could produce our own oil.
Exactly. So that's the propaganda.
My whole thing is this. And also speculation with the market with the oil. So all this uncertainty in the world drives the price up as well. So the people in Russia, this is your boy. Hold on, then we're going to get into some sports.
It's not really none of our business.
I want to talk. It is our business.
I mean, it's not when they're not doing anything
Yeah,
to
but
get us over there. He's not sending troops. He's placing a bunch of sanctions that Putin don't care about because his money long. And it's like, what else am I supposed to do? They over there denying black folk. So even if I were over there, they'd want me to die.
Yeah.
So I'm not really invested in this war.
Yeah, but we still got to talk about it. So listen to me. The people in Russia, okay? The people in Russia, you're done. It's over. You're going back to the medieval days. You enjoyed 30 years of almost sort of kind of Western civilization with the economy that's driven by the Americans. That's over. The whole Disney World in Russia and McDonald's and the Starbucks, that's done. You are going back to the land of the Kremlin, back to the Red Soviet Union. And here's the fearful part where Senny talks about this all the time. Senny, now it's the time for the movement. Like back in Hong Kong when Senny was crying over those people. The Russian citizens, this is your moment. They can't kill all of you. Y'all better run out in those streets and protest because that's the story. What are the Russian people doing? They cut off your Instagram and your Facebook. That's Americanized. That's really not a Russian problem. Your king, Vladimir Putin, whose god is Darth Vader, which means the Russian god is James Earl Jones. So long, my Russian friends. It's over. You're going back to communism just like China. You can't even get out the country. So you influencers, you're done. Your Instagram, finish. Your Facebook, over. You're going to have to get out in the streets and go back to work like your grandfathers did and your great-grandfathers, because welcome back to the Soviet Union. Do I sympathize with you and the Ukrainians? Nope. Because of that video I saw, Senny J, of them knocking off black folks. Right. I get it. But it's something that needs to be talked about because we don't want no rocket flyer coming over this way. I'm just saying. I don't know. Because if they drop a bomb in Poland or someplace else over there, then it starts a whole war. Like I said, we're not built for that.
I mean,
and I feel bad for you influencers in Russia that's making thousands of dollars? No. You had your chance to get out there. Oligarchs, they season all your property. All right, Barbi, let's go. Y'all better be ready.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Y'all talking about a virus. You wish you had that. You wish you start coughing again if this thing comes.
I want to cough up radiation. I'm just saying, I want to cough
exactly.
Up. I'd rather cough up a cocoa baby than
right.
a radiation baby.
Exactly. This thing needs to stop, but it's not. Vladimir Putin, who she said money long, it ain't gonna that long. He's asking for help for China. They're gonna seize all his. This is gonna be a mess. Okay, Barbie.
Just when we thought we have saw the end of Tom Brady, no. Tom Brady is making a return to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as quarterback next season, y'all. Tom Brady, his retirement lasted all of 40 days. Brady said Sunday he's returning to Tampa Bay Buccaneers for his 23rd season in the NFL. The 7-time Super Bowl champion announced his decision on Twitter and Instagram, saying he has unfinished business. These last 2 months, I realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. He wrote, that time will now come, but it is not now. I love my teammates and I love my supportive family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa. So y'all heard it from the horse's mouth. 44-year-old Brady said he gonna put back on his cleats, lace them up, get them gloves on, and start throwing them balls again.
Let's put a pause
ridiculous.
on balls.
I knew he was going.
But Barbie, ask something.
Yeah.
Okay, and thanks. So let's go deeper into the story.
Okay, let's go. Let's delve deeper, Sean.
He most likely had a conversation with his wife when he retired the first time. And was his wife an influence on him retiring? Because he was talking about it with family, blah, blah, blah. 2 months. And then after 2 months, he's like, I got to get out there and play football. My question to you is this. If you was Mrs. Tom Brady and you said to him, listen, this is enough because I don't want you to get hurt. You know, he's playing against guys that are in their 20s and elite athletes. And, you know, he could one knock and one tackle, he's out. Mm-hmm. My question to you is this. If you said to Tom Brady and you was Mrs. Tom Brady, retire from football and let's leave it alone, and he made a decision on his own to go back, how would you feel about that?
I would
without consulting you?
I would be upset if he did not consult me, but I would support my man. If that's the path he chose.
So you're married to this man. This is a major life decision.
It is.
He made it without you. Mm-hmm. And you're okay with that?
I would be very upset, as I said, but yes, I would support him if that's what he want to do. He's still living out his dream. Clearly, he still think he has time to come, still do his dream, whatever. So I would support him.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question, but you don't think that this is a small indicator that maybe he doesn't want to be around the maybe he took those 2 months to see how life really, like regular folks live.
He's like, I can't do
maybe
this.
Senny, if you had a conversation with you as Mrs. Brady, y'all had that conversation with retirement, and he made that announcement, and then 2 months later, you see a post on Instagram. He didn't even talk to you about it. He said, "I'm coming back." What's your thoughts?
That's fine. Go ahead. Listen, them checks he getting, I don't care what you do.
He's already worth $400 million.
So what's an extra one?
A good penny herself
right,
too.
So money has nothing to do with it, Senny.
He's returning to his passion. That's his love.
Money doesn't have nothing to do with it. Then why is he going back?
Because he loved the game.
If you love the game, you can play it in your field, in your house, if you love the game.
So do you think that this is something, you got more? You got some scores? You got something else? Okay. So Senny, do you think that this is deeper? Like, do you think like Tom's like being a a-hole right now? And I love Tom Brady. I mean, and that's coming from a Jeff.
Probably a little narcissism in there because he doesn't want somebody else to be a great and all of that. He wants people to still talk about him and being the oldest in the league and blah, 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 blah. Like, please get off yourself.
So how would you
go sit down?
Right. So how would
before you bust a knee out or something?
Right. So, but how would you feel as a wife if your husband override the whole decision? Like, how would that would make you feel? Because if I was, hear me, Senny, if my wife was Tom Brady and we had that conversation and she agreed to,
because what would I really be mad about? Oh, because I want you to be here to spend time with me. Like, what would my argument be?
For me, the argument would be like, you don't want to be. I don't think you want to be around me.
You really think so, Sean?
I don't think like you. We spent 2 months together, no traveling.
Well, now what if
who's to say that your son wants to be around his ass?
What if it was her idea? Maybe she got sick of his ass. It was like, I think you need to go back to football.
But Barbie Cologne, I would feel a certain way if my wife was Tom Brady and we had the conversation of retirement, and then 2 months later, without conversation, you just go back and play football. I would feel a certain way. I'd be like, well, I thought. And we're both billionaires. What's the problem? I get the love of you playing football. You don't want to hang out With your man?
She probably got sick of him showing.
In only 2 months?
They probably. What about
40
when
days is a long time to really know somebody.
they have an off season, so they still get to hang out, right? So I don't think that's too big. I don't think that's a big enough argument for me to be like, "You're never going back to football."
No,
how dare you?
Now, what if he plays for like another 7 more years?
Who cares?
All right, well, thank you, Barbie.
I don't care about football. So if I had a football husband, I'd be like, "Whatever, boo." Let's bring that money back. You know what I'm saying?
Does it protect? See, the thing now is Tom Brady got to come back and win another Super Bowl because if he doesn't win next year, then he's downgraded to a regular player.
You came back for what?
Like Michael Jordan came back, he played with the Wizards, and it was like, who cared? Like, wouldn't you want to protect your husband's legacy and tell him, like, yo, don't, this is stupid. Like, just stay away. Would you have that discussion?
But even if he doesn't go to the Super Bowl this year, he's still gonna have a legacy.
Yeah, but Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan ended his career. Remember when he took that shot with Russell? What was that guy's name? Russell. What's that guy's name in Utah? And he took that shot.
Westbrook.
His name was Russell. And what he did was he did some kind of a basketball move. He moved to the left and right, and then he took his hand and he put it on Russell's ass and moved him out the way and took the shot. And he had the flu in Utah that year. What was that guy's name? And then he walked off the court and he was done. He won the chip and he was done. Would you have your?
That's how you're supposed to go out.
But I'm just saying, as a woman and a wife, Senny and Barbi, you wouldn't want to protect your husband's legacy by saying sit your ass down and you are the greatest of all time? What if the Buccaneers play next year and they have a losing season?
Then he came back for nothing.
But when you think that it's a responsibility for you, Barbie Cologne, as a wife, to say, yo, what are you doing? We got to protect the legacy part because he's a business now.
Right. I definitely will. We will have that conversation because I think it's important. You know, you want to go out on top, of course. But if in his heart he know, if I know in his heart that's his passion, that's his love, and he really want to do it, I'm a supporter.
Yeah, you can't, because what if he has resentment?
Right.
That's why I don't want to stop nobody from doing what you want to do.
Okay.
Win or lose, just do it. Because if you don't, you always going to be like, I should have, but because you don't. Look, you ain't going to lay your resentment on me. Go out there, play your ball, blow out your knee, whatever. I'll be here, I guess.
Oh, and according to Google, Giselle is richer than Tom.
Well, again, so then it doesn't.
They don't need the money.
Right, but exactly. So why would he go out there?
That goes to show you it's his passion. He only worth $250 million only.
But he didn't need no money. But he was also the one that took out that $1 million PPP or $5 million PPP loan.
It was for the employees.
So I don't know.
God, here we go.
I don't know. Why are you applying for over $1 million PPP loan?
Right.
And you only got caught. It's not like you got it and then gave it back. You only got it back because you got called out. So I don't know. People are addicted to making money. It's a thing. So
yeah.
All right, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Senny J. Barbie Cologne, only place on earth where you get your money started right, 108 Soul. We appreciate you guys, and also Comedy World Network. We see you guys tomorrow.
Hi, guys.
That was awesome.